What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to the Casually Chelsea show, the Casually Christmas edition. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. I am the host, Marshalldbdx. I'm accompanied by the one and only, the late, the great Ahmed below me. And today, man, we have plenty of Chelsea news to talk about. Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate. Happy holidays to everyone else as well. And I hope you guys are cherishing the time you have right now with your families, your friends, your loved ones. Hope you're having a fantastic evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you're watching from. Smash the likes, subscribe, help us get to 1,500 subscribers before the end of the year. We're very, very close. We're about 16, 15 away. So get those smashings in there. I didn't know how to say that, but anyways,
okay.
guys, let's just go ahead and get right into the show. Let's start off with this news. Christopher Vivell is pretty much officially done and dusted. It's here. It's done. He's officially going to be the technical director for Chelsea. Vivell's comments here, according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are building the most exciting project in global football. I'm extremely proud to be joining the club. There is so much potential for the club to continue to succeed. There's a handsome Vivell right there as well. Another comment here from Jesse March, which I'm not sure. I think, did Jesse Marsh go through the Red Bull system or the Red Bull?
Yeah, he was the previous Leipzig manager. He was the Leipzig manager last season. And then he got sacked to remember. Then he went to Leeds. Essentially, that's what happened.
Poor Jesse Marsh.
Basically, he was like Nagelsmann's replacement because Nagelsmann went to Bayern.
Yeah. Nagelsmann went to Bayern.
Yeah, and then obviously it didn't go so well for him at Leipzig. So. Yeah,
hey, listen, man. They're just not ready for the American minerals is all I got to say. But Jesse Marsh on Vivell, his comments is his greatest asset is his recruitment ability. He's assessed a lot of talent over the years and found really good players. That's his bread and butter. I'm happy for him and wish him the best. And then the next comment here we have is from Graham Potter, who's spoken on the matter himself as well. And his quote right here is, "My reaction is positive. I've met him a few times and have really good feeling he will be an asset to the club. My normal relationship with technical director is a supportive one. Looking forward to it." So listen, man, this is exciting. We're going to go over all this in the show today, but there's a lot of talent being scouted. There's a lot of movement happening within Chelsea. There's a lot of youngsters and a lot of hope for the future. And listen, with Vivell at the helm, I'm feeling very confident about it. We've seen the talent that, Leipzig have brought through the years, whether it be through Timo or right now we're looking at Gvardiol, and then there's all sorts of players. We could go on for a while. I'm kind of drawing a blank right now, but it's okay. And we know there's players that come through the Red Bull system, and it works out really well for a lot of these teams. But Ahmed, what are your thoughts on this Vivell thing? Are you finally happy that it's done and dusted? We're ready to officially confirm him?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, we've known for a long time that he wanted to get we wanted to get this done, and now that all of the paperwork is done, it's good to have him. And now it's up to him to do his job really, and help us through. I think that's
right in time too for January.
Well, listen, I saw something yesterday. I'm pretty sure going to talk about it, which was a bit disheartening. But we'll get into that one. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
Maybe type it in case I missed it. But I think I got a good amount of stuff.
It's the honesty in dagger. But I'll explain that in a minute. But I think for me,
I think I have some stuff there. Yeah.
With the Vivell thing, obviously, I don't know if you saw the Egbahli conference that he did last month.
I didn't see the whole thing, but we are going to touch on a few things that they did discuss there.
Okay, so I'll just touch slightly upon it. He sort of talked about his level of respect for the Red Bull model. And I think at Chelsea, they're trying to basically do what essentially is Red Bull plus, essentially. Where instead of once they get to Leipzig, you have to sell them off after a season or two. It's that once you're at the top club, you basically stay there. This is like almost like the final destination. Essentially, where once if you have the talent and then you become like a world class or above, somewhere around about that level, like just a level or the class below, you're staying at the club, you're helping us win the trophies there. I feel like
Yeah.
that's what's basically happening at the club now. So maybe that's just me, or you disagree.
I think that's the general gist of what they're trying to build, right? Because I did read a little bit too, is that they admire the Red Bull method of building, and also a little bit of the Man City method as well. And then they're also trying to implement that into the content creation and expanding on the commercialization of the club as well. Which, to be honest, and they even said it in a quote somewhere in there, that 2.2 billion for the club is actually a bargain. Which, imagine having so much money that 2.2 billion is a bargain for anything. That's actually ridiculous. But in the context of it,
it's going to be interesting to see, obviously, if United does get sold, or if a Liverpool do eventually get sold, right? How much are those guys going to go for compared to what you've gone for?
They probably would go for more. I mean, United, maybe, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's
a weird one.
United, there's a lot of the stuff that's complicating the fact, but I think a Liverpool would be interesting, actually. That would be to see the difference in value. I think that just to see how much of a bargain we would be compared to them.
And I think Liverpool is a really good example of that, because I feel like in recent years, Liverpool have done a really good job of commercializing themselves and also really just being on all platforms. Like,
there's actually a good video. I'll link you at the video. Yeah, it was by it's actually done by an American guy about the commercialization aspect, particularly of United, like how good it actually is compared to what was going on in the field. And he does a great explanation actually on the economics of that, which I actually send it to you.
It plays a big part, because I'm not gonna lie, like when I started getting back into football again during the pandemic, I was actually very interested to see what was going on Liverpool side, and a part of that was because of the amount of social media that they were doing, like, you know, all the videos between Trent and Robinson and all the behind the scenes stuff and all the content they were doing. And obviously, you know, you don't want that to take away too much from the players, you don't want that to take away too much from the football and the training and stuff, but to a certain extent Chelsea have improved on doing that as well. Like, even before we started this video, I was watching a little bit of the Cucurella and Jorginho do their little Christmas thing. Like, I love that kind of shit, and I think that actually helps expand the club and you know, let it grow and all that such. But let's go ahead and Kai, I'm going to send you the link in just a minute, right, brother? Let's go ahead and move on from Vivell. Let's talk a little bit more about other Chelsea matters that are related to this. Let me go ahead and go over here, and let's talk about what we were just talking about, Egbahli, and then the future of Chelsea. Now, listen, this is a huge Ben Jacobs. Like, if you guys want to read this on your own, because I'm not going to spend the whole stream.
You basically don't need to read it. Essentially, it's just he's just done the video, but in tweets, in essence. There's an actual video clip. I think it's on CFC Dailies or like Pies. You can just go and watch it from there. Like, they have the link to it from there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's not that hard.
But if from the long and short of it is pretty much what we were just talking about how they want to expand the club to be more commercialized, reach, you know, other things in this conference too that they talked about, which is going towards youth and the African market, which they hadn't touched as well. So I mean, let me actually go ahead and continue this. This next tweet right here. Yeah, we think Africa is a big market. We think African was an untapped amount of talent, which, to be honest, you're looking at the moves that Chelsea are making and how they're moving in the transfer market. They're going for young talent in Brazil. They're going for young talent in Africa, as you've seen with the acquiring Fofana. So I think it's a smart move. I think these are markets that people are overlooking. I wouldn't even be surprised if they even discuss maybe looking into the Asian market as well. There are players out there. Obviously, we've seen in the past how Park for Man United has worked out. He ended up being a really good player for them. Heung-min Son, obviously, for Spurs. Who is Chang? He came from Leipzig, right? Or no, he came from
Chang came from Leipzig to Wolves, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, he's not like popping off, but he's another like talent that they found from the Asian market.
I think Oliver makes a great point, the final one.
Go ahead.
His final point about
let me pull this
people
up.
getting rattled by Egbahli's comments, but it's a fact though. Like, if we're being honest, the reason why we were able to move a lot of the times we were able to move to like right our wrongs. It's because we had a billionaire owner who loves football. Essentially, if we're gonna,
True.
if we're being honest, so we didn't necessarily have to, apply a lot of the stuff that we did to like Cobham or all of these other youth scouting abilities. Then we had to, like, especially after Emanalo left, that became less of a focus, to be honest. So we were just spending heavy in the transfer market to rebuild constantly. So
and you know what, like, even what he's saying isn't wrong, because when you think about it, like when we were sanctioned and it came out that apparently like Chelsea never repaid that loan that Roman Abramovich gave them to start the club, and he just decided like, oh, you don't even worry about the loan. The fact that like Chelsea have not been self-sustainable enough to like repay that over the course of how many years have Romans owned the club, that says a lot about how the club is run commercially and all these things. Like there wasn't much profitability. Roman really wasn't making money off of Chelsea. I mean, he loved Chelsea, and I appreciate him for that. But there was no self-sustainability, which a club does need.
Like, it was only until recently, Marshall, that with Marina, ironically, that we got that massive Nike deal, for example, for the shirt sponsor. That was really that was actually quite big. Like, people forget that, like we, even though we've had Samsung before and all these guys before, we weren't really tapping into the full potential, that we could have gotten from those deals. And again, that's a club thing, innit, from a commercial point of view, and then again from like maybe a youth development point of view as well, if you're talking about it as well.
Yeah, and like I said, it doesn't help the club in any way. I mean, even like the stadium, we've discussed the stadium and how like that small amount of stadium, like Chelsea lose money like with that stadium. They need to expand. They're a much bigger club than they are for the amount of size that Stamford Bridge can fit. As much as there's a history behind Stamford Bridge and all that, and like pitch owners and all that stuff, like Kai's an owner of the pitch too and all that. Like,
so might as well,
you gotta expand. You gotta expand. Like, you gotta fit more people.
As a pitch owner who spent like less than $100 on my share, bro, I refuse to move.
I don't think, like, I sometimes think, from like an outsider perspective, like you know that the pitch is not just like
Merry Christmas, by the way, boys.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Two people in the chat as well.
Yes. It's not just the pitch, by the way, like that you own. It's almost like you own the badge as well, if I'm not mistaken, because when you buy Chelsea Football Club, you're not just buying the football club. If that means you're just buying the football club, you're not buying the owning rights to the name or anything like that. So let's declare that one up as well.
Let's see if I have another tweet here as well in reference to this. Here's another thing too in reference to the future. Chelsea want to build a full squad age 25 and under, which I don't know how much I believe this. Simon Johnson Sport is reporting this, but at the same time, I did hear it earlier.
Average. I think it should be said average.
Football clubs, bro. They're Leonardo DiCaprio football clubs.
Leonardo DiCaprio football clubs. Oh my god!
I think it's much better to say average age. If I don't think you could have said full of players age 25 and under, because that would be ridiculous, man. Like, I'm 25. Like, you don't even reach a full prime for some players at the age of 25.
Yeah,
man.
true.
So, I don't know why. I don't know where that come on came from, man.
I saw earlier that they said like Egbahli apparently said he wants to stop doing the signing free agents after 30 thing. He wants to stop doing that, which
that's a smart idea. I can't lie to you. On some level,
it's kind of hit or miss, because then you miss out on players like Thiago Silva. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
I think there's context to it. There has to be context to it.
Yeah.
I think what he's trying to say is that we shouldn't be over reliant, because for the past few years, yes, we've brought Thiago Silva, but now we've brought Egbahli, another over 30-year-old, to help us plug in another gap, right? We shouldn't be relying constantly on buying over 30s, if that makes sense. Like, it's very rare that you're gonna find a Thiago Silva or Egbahli available at that age in their primes, for example, or even just past their primes, so good enough. Go ahead.
Where I would argue with this as well, like, even if you do sign young players, you need to sign like the best, the top shelf young players, not some unknown young players, and then just like put the whole stake of the club based on your gut feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of I didn't like it was, for me, it was for bad taste when he was talking about like the bad ownership, when he barely, like, we're in one of our worst runs of form in history. We still haven't won shit under this new ownership, but he has the nerve to criticize like the old ownership who basically made us the most successful club in a bar Man United in Premier League history, man. So,
What the
So it's
fuck,
also like
Ahmed?
for me, like it's kind of like a in a bad
You don't have
taste
a
that what they
barber
did.
shop?
Ahmed's letting it
Alex,
go
it's
out.
Christmas, bro. It's Christmas and you're bullying him, bro.
No, I'm just afraid. Damn, if you pull that hair back, that hairline is. Watch out
The
for
guy
Chris.
did
He watch out for real Chris. He gets turned on by those sheep hairs.
Oh my god! What the
Wait,
hell,
what
man?
what is cheap hair called, man? Called wool, isn't it?
Yeah, wool, yeah.
Wool,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
man.
my
By the-
days, bro.
I think Kai, are you talking to Oliver TO3 guy here? People comment that he made. People are getting so rattled by those Egbahli's quotes.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Maybe
I wouldn't
because-
say
no,
rattled, Alex.
no,
I just don't like the way he said it because we still didn't win a shit, man. He didn't win a shit. You know?
Exactly.
Like if you
Like,
won the
like-
Champions League, the Premier League, and the team was playing amazing, and we see like young talent,
And
you
the
know,
guy
like, we
hadn't
seen-
owned the team. The guy hadn't
Yeah.
owned the team yet,
Yeah,
so
and the World Cup
Yeah.
didn't help them. Like the key players that they were telling us that we should build a team around weren't even on the bench. Weren't on the bench for the national teams. So you know, until he
I-
does
I-
something,
I-
and
I get what
and I
Kai's
see the
saying.
players he's signing, you know.
I'm
We
just
should be
like
we should be
that.
trying to buy. We should be trying to. He should have said this after he won something initially. You know, after
True.
he wins some stuff, you can then make those comments. I think that's the,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
reason. If
Yeah.
you disagree about that, Chelsea choose Phil because the club want him to stay. Ah, you're making me go to sleep, man. With nonsense talking. Do you know how much Chelsea paid for the or Abramovich paid for the club? Oliver T. You probably
Look at
don't.
Yeah,
but
not even a
he
billion, man.
sold it for bills.
Yeah.
He bought it for 400 mil, and he sold it for 4 bill.
Yeah, but
So-
Alex, also the value he made Chelsea too. Before when he
That-
bought Chelsea,
well,
Chelsea was basically
Yeah,
If we're
that's-
honest, yeah,
I think
Chelsea
no,
was
I
only a little bit better than West Ham when Chelsea, and he made them like the brand.
You
like,
see,
nobody knew what the
Ahmed,
brand
what you're doing?
Chelsea
Chris
was.
is here.
Oh,
Playing with
my-
your hair.
I had to.
Yeah,
No, I had to
man.
put it back, man. My afro is too long now.
But you know what I mean?
What I know what you're saying.
He
I
was
know
talking
what you're
about the
saying.
branding of Chelsea, but we were one of the most popular clubs in the world, man. If it wasn't, like, it wouldn't
No,
be
that's
like
the
Alex,
funny
for
part
example,
is,
or me, or like
it's
all
the
these
same
guys from
thing.
internationals are watching it, you know.
You're same thing. It's the same thing. Increase the value of the club. It's the same thing as the spread the brand. This club wouldn't be valued at 4 bills if we weren't successful. You see what I'm saying?
But
It's kind of
Yeah.
I think he
coming
meant
hand
about
in
the
hand.
data, though.
What?
I think he meant about the data, though, Alex. I think he meant about like the club data, like how they handle data, not like the actual marketing, like.
Who are you
of the
talking
club
to?
itself.
Who you
You,
saying
you,
data?
Talking to you. I think he referred to the data, not to the actual like how the club was run.
Yeah, I think
How
that's
we
what he
handle
said
the
before. I'll
data.
pull up the tweet. Give me one second.
The thing is,
No,
Alex. Yeah,
that's-
Alex.
I'm talking about the guy in the chat. I'm not talking
Oh,
about the
okay,
guy
okay,
who's
okay.
commenting.
He's referring to the comments. Yeah, the comments that Kai's referring to.
I was actually
Yeah.
more bothered by the Potter comments. I don't know if you've seen the most recent Potter comments. Though those are like the ones that made me like, ah man, like nah man, this can't
I
be
don't-
this can't be real, man. Did you guys
Nah,
see them?
you know what hurt me, Kai? I can't lie
Look,
to you.
no,
Was the Gvardiol comments, man? The Gvardiol comments.
I'm gonna put
the,
Oliver on display.
The
Oliver,
Gvardiol one was kind of hurt me, man.
hold on a
News about
second.
that.
Oliver
Go ahead.
TO3, look at. People are getting rattled by those Egbahli quotes, and then three quotes later. True, Kai. Not the best timing for those quotes, to be honest. Like, are you saying, and then you saying that like, oh, Kai's saying is right. So are you rattle? Are you one of those rattle fans, or are you not? I think it's always disrespectful for the people to talk about the previous ownership. They made you paid 4.2 bills. It's disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. He should be
it is.
shutting his mouth and don't talk at all. Especially when he give him $1 billion free.
Well, I mean, let me put this out there. Do you guys think that maybe under Roman, if this kept going, do you guys see that maybe the monetary value of the club would have kept going up, or did you see as potentially he kind of sold the club before it was starting to go down, forcefully, obviously, but
Actually,
No,
if you look at Chelsea right now, where we are, actually we lost value since Roman bought us. So Maybe he's talking referring to the future, but like the fact of the matter is, before he came in, Chelsea were a
'Cause
Champions League team.
The
and they were
quote
far
here is
from it.
the quote here is what he's saying right here is that not terribly well managed on football, sporting, or promotional side under Roman Abramovich. And you could argue in the last 4 years that the signings that we've been making haven't been that great. We're still no progress on Stamford Bridge. The promotion with Nike and all that stuff has been good, but
I think it's fair to say
content and all that.
I think the better quote to say is since Abramovich has not been able to come to the country, which is
Thank you.
For the past
Yeah.
I think
Exactly. If you want to criticize a person,
true.
make sure that you put the criticizing of the person that actually facts about this. He was sanctioned not in 2018 or he started sanctioned in 2014.
Yeah,
So how are you supposed to? By the way, since 2014, we won the league and we won the championship league. So, I'm sorry, I'm allowed to be a bitch about this Stadbala guy. Talking nonsense. First of all, do something, and then we can chart. Now he's opening a kindergarten with the PE teacher over here.
Oh my god!
I'm not saying like it's about.
I'm like
not
Alex.
saying-
I'm also
I'm
annoyed
not-
about it, man.
No. I'm not that annoyed. I know it's a good plan. But it doesn't make you tells you that the other plan was bad. First of all, I want to see what they're going to do about the stadium, because Abramovich wanted to build the stadium a couple of times, and the CPO, whatever those pitch owners, blocked him from doing it.
Yeah, Kai, you blocked him, man. What are you doing?
Bro, I bought the shares in 2002, bro. 2003, man. So
Yeah,
I was
man.
joking about that, but I think Kai's being serious. I think he actually has shares.
No, we
I bought shares a long time ago, man.
yeah,
They used to be sold for like 70 pounds, man. Like
70,
less than
60
That's
pounds,
nothing. That's nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
First
come
of
on.
all,
What do
it doesn't
Americans
matter
miss?
who. It's not about Americans. First of all, those are not Americans. The only American over here is the guy on the right. The guy who's talking shit is actually not American.
Oh,
But it
Egbahli? What
doesn't-
is Egbahli?
Yeah, that's American name. That's definitely American name. Smith. Egbahli
Bihadat or
Smith.
whatever. Bihadat, man. Sounds like
He's
Baghdad
not.
to
He's
me,
not, he's
bro.
not. Listen, he might be American born, but he's definitely not from He's definitely.
No, definitely
but
not.
His parents are definitely not from America.
But you know what?
It's like
you
me
know,
saying that.
you,
It's like me.
you know
yeah,
what? It
saying-
annoys me. You know what? It annoyed me though. Like, this is not the time to make the comment. First of all, with
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree with the timing.
It's
That's
not-
fucking good.
It's not the time.
Second of
it's-
all, their big marquee signing is injured. They didn't even play in the World Cup, and their two key players for Chelsea were sitting on the sitting on the bench.
Let's
One of
not
them
talk
didn't even
about
make
that, man.
the group stages. The other one was spent on the bench. So I don't get like what is he
Look,
talking shit for, bro?
Todd
I
Bowley
don't
is
get it,
just a name on the Chelsea. I'm talking about Egbahli. Egbahli is the part owner. There's
He's a co-owner. No, they're co-owners.
He's a co-owner. Yes,
Yeah.
there's three owners technically. There's a Swiss guy. There's another
a-
owner too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that guy's almost dead.
Yeah.
man. He's
No,
like
no,
100
that
years
guy
old,
is
bro.
that guy is the
Man, the wins is
Looks
already-
like-
My guy is
This year,
No.
this year, it's gone.
that
on,
guy
man.
looks like a ghost of a Christmas past.
He's not even
This guy.
He's barely a
Oh
century
my
bean.
God.
You motherfuckers invented the word soccer. Leave us alone with this whole football soccer thing,
Bro,
right?
who
You
cares what they
invented
call
the
it,
word
man?
soccer, okay? Second of all, listen, as much as we're bantering and all that stuff, this shit takes time. We don't know what's gonna happen 2 years, 5 years down the road. Right
Alex,
now, things aren't looking that
I mean,
good. You know, it is what it is. I get why people are
Marshall,
depressed about Chelsea.
I
but
get that, bro.
Give it
I
time.
get that. I get
Give
that.
it time.
But like, let's say, like, right, like you.
They don't get rich.
You're not a-
This isn't
you're
a
not a
get
very
rich
good-
quit scheme, you know. Go ahead.
Let's
Kai, I'm
say, let's
sorry.
say you're new to cooking. You never cooked a dish in your life, but you're like, oh yeah, the old chef, the old chef used to do this. The old chef used to cook this. You know, his food wasn't that good. He used to do that. I'm like, bro, you never made even eggs, bro. What's to make eggs, bro? And then
You-
couldn't
you
say
guy in
old
the
chef,
kitchen.
man.
But off of that metaphor, look, maybe in time the
No,
new
you know
chef
what's-
he'll get
you know-
creative and he'll get good. You know, you never know.
Yeah, but until then, eat some scrambled eggs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
make
still
it, bro.
scrambled eggs. It's still shitty, runny, white, and all that shit.
Yeah,
It's
ramen
still
noodles.
bad.
Yeah,
No,
good
Yeah,
ramen
it's still
noodles.
it's still good ramen
Marshall, it's
noodles.
even worse. He's making us dry eggs.
So,
Don't
yeah.
make it as dry as possible.
Oh, my
It burnt.
Not
Bird.
not dry eggs. he's making a He's making us eat those baby eggs, you know?
Serve them-
Not
yeah,
even
serve them
The
raw,
developed
though.
yet.
little chickens, the little tiny ones still have the fucking chicken in them. Oh my days, bro. But
Bro,
like,
Oh my word.
Put up the
I
fucking
get where
comment
you guys are
after, man.
coming from, though. And where he's at right now, I don't think he should be saying these kind of things. I don't think he should be coming out and saying like, "Oh, we came into the club and this is all poor, this and that." Like, I think it just comes off as bad, especially because people are still attached. This whole Roman takeover only happened like less than or a little bit over 6 months
No,
ago.
just after you fired one of the most likable managers.
That too. That's another factor.
You see what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
not on
first
people's
of all,
good sides right now. Egbahli.
exactly. You're not on people's good side. And
Mhm.
accident happened. You walk on the street, the brick fell off the roof. Just saying.
God. Oh my
This guy.
lord. Yo,
Well,
yo.
I mean, we were just talking about some of the signings and such, right? Let's go ahead and talk about more. Let's look at these other signings that they did. So here's a chart of the things that the players that we've signed so far this season. We're looking at Chukwuemeka, Slovenia, Cassidy, Fofana, Santos,
Why does it-
Wesley
this is-
Fofana.
Who's
What's
8.7
up?
million? Sorry, I'm a bit confused.
That's the other Fofana.
That's
Oh, that is-
David
Oh,
Datro
yeah.
Fofana.
My
I
bad,
guess they
yeah.
really like the
Uh,
name, so they decided to buy out the Fofanas. There is a-
Cucurella, Sterling, Koulibaly, Oba, and Nkuku now is included in this, all to total out to be 342.2 million. Now, that being said, we look at these players, you can see that they're building a little bit of the future. And I know some of us want them to invest more on big name players and all that stuff, have a little bit more in that. This ownership is spending money. This ownership is spending money, and I like that they're
Yeah,
actually
they
investing
allowed
on.
in the country. They allowed in the country.
That's true. That's true. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up too, because I feel like that's something people really forget about Roman. They forget that for years he wasn't allowed in
Yeah,
the
man.
country. It's really hard to run a business from a distance. I'm not
Like,
gonna
this guy
lie.
used to come.
It's not only this. It's not only this. None of these fuckers that we mentioned even done good, man. So I
Yeah.
don't want people to be like, oh yeah, look what they done. We're gonna sign all these kids. It's gonna be Michael Jackson's
So-
wonder dream. That's not how football works, bro. That's not how football works.
Football is
Kai.
a results-based business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep. I want to go seriously. If I was there when he was talking to the reporter, I will go full. What's his name? That guy
Backhand
from
slap,
the-
not even front
No,
hand.
no, no.
bro.
What's his
Backhand.
name?
Disrespectful.
Fresh Prince of
Tendencies.
Bel Air. What's his name?
Will Smith, yeah,
Oh,
he's
fuck.
there to be
I
like-
will go full Will Smith. You do not talk about motherfucking whatever. My wife, you know, I'm just gonna use a Roman. Like you do not. You take the Roman name out of your mother and slip.
Oh my, days,
God,
bro.
it's too.
Why are we still talking about Levi Colwell? Hasn't he been like sitting bench for Brighton? Like I don't know why this keeps
Bro,
coming up. This kid.
That's overrated crap, bro.
Bro, no,
Who's
okay,
Cole,
listen.
bro? He hasn't even started right
I can't
now.
lie to you. I did see some of his games at Huddersfield. He seems like a decent young.
He's a decent player, but
Yeah.
he's in development still.
Exactly, yeah. He's just another development player. We can't be, hyping up a lot of these developmental players.
We just
Well,
don't know. We have a full team of development players.
Exactly, bro. That's
You
what they
might-
want, bro.
it's like you're trying to build like how La Liga they have like B, like some of the top clubs have B sides, like
Yeah.
Real Madrid B. We're trying to build like
Can you-
a Chelsea B, but in the Premier League. Like, come on, guys. You
Ahmed,
can't be-
please tell me, our first
Bro.
team is that development team,
That's what I'm saying to you. I don't
Is it-
understand.
or it's a
Boy,
development?
Today,
Developmental.
today I saw the perfect phrase that will fit this, how the way a club is going perfectly, man. I heard this phrase and it was beautifully said, man. You know, that's how it goes, yeah. If every employee has the potential to be CEO, McDonald's would have no workers, bro. And that's exactly what we should know about this Chelsea team, bro. It's like they're having all these players who play
You know what? This is a really.
at Narnia, whatever the fuck countries that nobody heard of, basically. And all of a sudden they think, oh, in 2 or 5 years, they're gonna be amazing players. We found out that's not the truth because Arsenal had a similar project. I don't know if you guys remember the old Arsenal when they had this unknown players. They were like, Theo Walcott is gonna be Thierry Henry. they thought like Oxley Chamberlain is gonna be like something else. He's gonna be like this amazing player. They had Aaron Ramsey, and now all these players are like sprinkled all across Europe, bro. And none of them play for their fucking teams, man. So I don't want us to rely on this unknown players who haven't achieved anything in
Well,
the game.
That's the
And just
problem.
give it
That's the
empty
problem,
time.
Kai. We still have to rely on those. Back when Roman, we used to use that to pay the bills for the older players. It's called loan army.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know how
Well-
that. I don't know how that Bolly Boy and Smith from America, another owner, is gonna be paying the bills because
Release
guess
them.
what?
Release them to the
Guess
wild,
what?
man. We don't need them. man.
Yeah, guess what? FFP still works, man. If we have the same sponsors, same shitty 45,000 stadium, bills are gonna have to come from somewhere.
So if I'm looking at this correctly, and when you look at the prices here, it seems that the idea is to buy cheap, and if it works out, we bought them at a bargain, and if it doesn't work out, we can sell them at a higher price.
Yeah, but Marshall, this is not
That's
drop
what
shipping,
we
bro.
did the
This is a
same
football club,
thing.
man.
Drop shipment.
I said that to you
No,
already,
but-
man.
Yeah.
It's essentially the Red Bull model.
Look,
I told you
look.
that.
We're
This
doing
is-
wish, bro. We're trying to get rich out of a wish.
No.
That's not how it works.
You
man.
know, in the different field, it's called human trafficking.
Exactly, man. That's what
Oh
they did, man.
my God. Alex,
I mean, it kind of is
man.
low key human trafficking.
It
We're
is,
just
man.
getting the highest prospects and the finest
It's gourmet.
talent, and we're just
It's
selling
gourmet.
them
It's
all.
gourmet human trafficking. 'Cause
Gourmet.
They have a good life. You get good pay, man.
Yeah, it's humane human trafficking. Humane trafficking. But listen, I mean, I'm looking at this. We're seeing the new players like Fofana and Santos being brought in for an affordable price. If they're good, if they're as talented and as touted as they've been, maybe it works out really well
The
for
worry
us.
for
I
me,
don't know.
though, the worry for me is, it's great we're bringing in these kids, right? But we don't need kids right now, though. That's the problem is we don't need kids. We
That's
actually need-
Ahmed. That brings exactly my point to that
This-
Oliver
Exactly.
Twist comment, the last one. Ball is
Oliver
trying to
Twist.
expand the club commercially. Hey, if you 12, I don't care what kind of commercial you do. Ain't nobody buying it. If you 12 in the league, I don't know. You're not gonna
Yeah.
get Samsung as a sponsor. You're gonna get Sanyo as a sponsor or
Sanyo.
some
Not even gonna get
Chinese
Nando's, bro.
knockout Samsung as the sponsors. So doesn't matter how you spin it. If you're 12, you're 12.
Yeah.
You still have to have a really good first team to be
Yep.
bringing those commercial. There
And
is
what's even
nobody gonna
crazy-
buy you Pulisic shirt if Pulisic plays like shit.
And what's even more crazy, Alex, is they brought a manager who's experienced as well. So everybody's learning on the job, bro.
But okay, hold on. I
Everybody's
understand where you
learning
guys
on
are
the
coming.
job,
I understand where you guys are coming from with this. Like, you need to have
We have a
success
great
right now as
Christmas
well.
so far.
But
Yeah, I did.
But
man.
like,
I ate so much.
Because it's Marshall.
you
it
look
was-
at these players, right? Like, I'm sorry, Ahmed. You look at these players right now. Fofana, touted to be one of
Yeah.
the best young defenders in the game right now. Cucurella, before
Is
this
he?
form, he's been. I think a lot of people liked him. Cucurella, before this bad form that he's been in, we all wanted him. Sterling, one of the best left wingers in the Premier League. Koulibaly, I think all of us wanted him before this bad form as well. Aubameyang, I'm sure some of us still respect him as a striker.
Well, he
And
doesn't. He
Nkunku-
doesn't play him. He doesn't play Obama. He barely.
I know,
plays
I
him.
know,
He
I
plays him
know.
only when
But
he
my
needs
point,
that.
my point being is that like maybe it's the manager, maybe it's the mentality in the club, but Chelsea have the talent right now in the starting team, or should have the talent right now in the starting team to actually challenge for top four.
But a lot
they
of
just
people,
haven't been
Marshall,
fucking playing.
a lot
Maybe
of
it's because
people
Tuchel's not here, but it's
a lot of
it
people
is what it is.
You're right.
undermine
You're
current
right.
ability, man. They
Marshall,
think
you're
ability
right.
just comes from the sky, man. But that's not how it works.
Marshall, the problem is you can have top four talent. The
Mm-hmm.
question is, do they have top four mindset? If that makes sense, are they
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
use what they have?
I don't think
to-
we have top four talent. To be honest, man.
and that's what I'm saying
I
to you.
think
Though.
we do.
See,
I think we do.
Some of them, I would argue, of course, do. But there might be one or two of the players who are considered key who might not have that top four mentality. And then and then what happens? They don't produce in the field. That affects us, and then we don't get top four.
Oh, God, the frogs! Don't get me started on that. No,
Oh,
Nicolas
geez.
Sule is one of the ugliest human beings. There's like, there
He's
will
the
be
German Maguire, bro.
no. They're literally.
Maguire.
Why would we get a player that's gonna ruin the team pictures? Seriously.
Team's picture.
I mean, talking about ruining the team pictures.
gonna ruin the
This is
pictures too, bro.
Kai's favorite orc right here.
Yeah, the pale orc, bro. He looks exactly like the Hobbit orc from
So-
the Hobbits, man.
Chelsea
No,
are looking to spend
so-
big money in 2023 and rebuild their midfield department, which hopefully they fucking do. Chelsea would have the edge over Man City or Man United in the race for Rice. Todd Bowley was England's
Can you
was at
imagine?
England's
How
6-2
can there
win
be a
over
race if
Iran.
nobody is bidding, bro? What kind of race if there's one man, bro?
Well, I mean,
don't
all
get it,
right, come
man.
on. Jokes aside,
That's
like
what-
you know, Manchester
no,
United
no,
are actually
that's-
interested in this guy.
I
that's
think Man
a
City will
Usain
sign
Bolt
Rice. What are
race.
you gonna do at Rice, bro?
That's a
United,
Usain
not
Bolt
City,
race.
not City,
There's only
not
one
City.
in it.
Usain Bolt.
No, but you know what drives me mad, bro? Is the fact
Flip.
that everybody is learning, bro. Like, bro, we're eighth, bro. We don't need learning. We need to start doing, bro. Executing, bro. It's executing. I feel like this is a new company, man, and this is not. It's not a good look for us, man. Like, we're not. I don't see Chelsea as serious anymore, man. If I'm honest, like when I watch it, I used to watch games and be like, yeah, we're gonna win this. Now we play teams like Brighton. I'm like, oh shit, man, it's gonna be a tricky game. It's gonna be tricky.
I just
Yeah.
The thing is,
Only to get countered on
this,
attack, man.
this summer, this summer thing.
I can't
yeah,
believe
this,
he brought in the Sula name. God
This-
damn,
this
that guy's
summer-
ugly.
this summer thing, yeah, is. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
understand. We need we do actually need a midfielder in January, guys. You know,
we
we don't
need
need
to
to
stay in
be
the league first, bro. We need to stay in the league.
That's what I'm
before we worry about
saying.
the
We
midfield,
need
man.
them in January. We don't need them, in
Yeah.
the summer. If
Yeah.
you understand what I'm trying to say. So, it's all great, lovely, lovely. Oh, we're gonna buy rice, in the summer. That's like you could
Sure.
have said that last year. You could have said that the season before. It's the same old story, man.
yeah, it is.
Did you guys see the graph that the Premier League posted? And they were like the league position, like by each week how it goes. Chelsea, like in the last 10 seconds, Chelsea just went from 4th all the way to 8th, man. It's literally decline, nothing. Way
That's
down, man.
Straight down,
Depressing, man.
it's just straight down. My word, man.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
my
it's like the Britney
mentality.
Spears documentary, man. All the way this straight to rock bottom, bro. No in
My
between.
mentality this season is that it's clearly becoming a rebuild season.
It's a tanking season, man.
We're throwing away the league pretty much, and in hopes that maybe in the rebuild we actually start to slowly rise back. And it's an investment. I know people right now aren't very happy with how the league form looks and how Chelsea look right now. Not even in just league form. I just mean in general, and just in the club's form in general, like Champions League, all those other cups. But I know we're so used to results every season.
No, but that's not the point, though. But that's not what I agree with you. Like, it's a rebuild. But how can you build with somebody who never built before? How can you, like, let's say you're gonna build a house, right? You're gonna have somebody who never built a house to build your house.
I would argue that Potter has built before. You saw
That's
what
not
he's
even the same level, man.
I know that's the only difference, though. It's not the same level. It's not Brighton, right?
No, you
But-
know what your comment work on Smith from America owner chat about Roman Abramovich. That's where your comment works. The guy that never built shit comes and criticizes the guy that actually built the house.
That's my point exactly,
True.
Alex. Like how is
Yeah.
he gonna build the? How is he? And it's not easy. But like starting from the beginning is not easy. Look at Sir Alex, man. United is still trying to get back to the 13. And for me, the appointment of Potter, from what I'm seeing right now, is identical to Moyes. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans don't want to hear it, but it's identical to
true?
Moyes. It's identical to Moyes. He's
Yeah,
a British
Roman-
guy who had a lot of talent. If you remember that Everton team from Moyes, and if you tell me it's not similar to that Brighton team, it's almost the same, bro. It's a team that finished above something. Young British man who was supposed to be amazing. United backed him, and they just lead them to fucking nowhere, bro. Actually, lead them 10 years behind us, Sir Alex, man. That's what I'm worried of. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I'm worried about.
Ferguson is the fundamental of that part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is PE teacher is?
I
know.
don't think so.
But, is he better than
No.
Moyes at the time, Alex? I don't know if he is.
But I feel
Moyes
like
at the time.
Potter's
Well,
been
as
back.
much
I feel like
as much
Potter's
as
been
I
back
wanna
before, and he's like shown that he can do something with the backing, like the players he got, like Cucurella and all them.
Moyes,
Well,
though, was
apparently,
at Everton.
can you put up his new comments and we can discuss it since we're already talking about.
Yeah,
that.
I actually got this right now. I was looking at them now.
If you want to send it to me, go ahead. Yeah, because I'm
I'll
not
send it
sure
to
which
you
ones
now.
you're referring to. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a new
No,
one.
no, no.
I think it's on Chelsea.
There's a bunch of them. That's why I don't know which ones. But yeah, I mean, if you want to send it to me,
I sent a private chat.
Yeah, it's Pies. Pies posted it
Yeah. I sent it.
an hour
Oh.
ago.
The fake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Graham Potter,
uses-
when I was I saw this one. Okay, Graham Potter, when I was in
Read it.
California, I met with how do you
like
say
this one.
Bedad?
Smith from
He
America.
missed
Go
the
on, back
G.
that,
He
bro.
missed
Go
the
on,
G.
back that,
He's
bro.
meant to
Big
be.
Dad.
Yeah, he missed the
See,
G.
when he
Egbahli,
steals
and had a
somebody's
good
news,
chat.
he can't even do a copy and paste right.
He missed the D, yeah.
I'm even more aware of the supports I have now than I was. We all know the pressure and demands of Chelsea, but we also have enough people who can see the perspective.
There's another quote down as
No,
well.
read down. And
All right,
this
Potter,
is
I'm really
beautiful.
looking forward to forward to the weeks, months, years ahead. Oh Jesus.
That's not a good sign, man. If any job at the world, I don't give a fuck what you say.
But
Marshall, let me comment on this.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead,
give
go
a fuck
ahead.
what job in the world you work in. If you are not setting fucking deadlines and like cut that project into pieces, that project is gonna fucking fail. No company on the planet can just give you a blank fucking check and be like, just have fun, bro. That's not how it
But,
works.
like,
And if what he's telling is the truth and he just allowed a free fall, then what's everything Roman have worked hard for is fucked.
I think you're seeing it in the sense of deadlines, where I see it as like, I think there'll be benchmarks, and if you haven't improved from this benchmark to the last one, your job that's it.
Look,
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
he's
mean? I
saying
think
he
that's
had
what
to do
Potter's-
it.
Do you know what it is
think-
though? Do you know what it is though? Yeah, you need to have as a manager short-term targets, and then you have the medium-term targets. We can't be thinking now we're in the because like right now I feel like the club is thinking too medium to long-term right now, when there's a short-term issue that is affecting us right now.
Exactly, Ahmed. We
that
should
is the-
look at the
Yes.
Short term,
Exactly.
yeah, not like
Yes, because the reality is, the medium and long term rely on what we do right now in the short term, and that's true for everything football related.
Yeah.
You're right, because if we're winning, if we're at least maintaining
nobody's
the
gonna come
top
play
four,
Conference League.
yeah,
right?
because no, let's be real, guys. Yeah, no one. If we do drop out of
well,
the top
Fofana's
joking,
for
I'm
8
serious.
million would.
like if we drop out,
but that's the kid, bro. They found him
If you
in
drop out
some
all
shelter,
European-
man. So he's living the life, man. He made a
If we
cake
drop
with Chelsea
out-
Yeah.
colors. He's happy,
Yeah.
man.
if we drop out all European football,
What's that guy's name? Lamela, Liam,
Lamela,
whatever
yeah.
from
Yeah,
AC
but
Milan.
if we wanted Mbappe, we like,
He
hey,
ain't
Mbappe,
coming.
we really want to sign you,
man.
and look, we offer you Conference League. He would literally
biggest-
close the door in our
the
face,
biggest,
bro.
the biggest problem with I see Potter is I don't think
He's a nice guy.
any
man.
manager who takes over from any kind of project, the project doesn't drop significantly. The project doesn't
Yeah.
drop. I did not rate Newcastle. I actually rate Bowley higher than Newcastle manager.
Yeah.
Oh.
But when he went to Newcastle, even his stats, even he did not drop that bad.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Newcastle was steady. When they didn't drop, they stayed the same and slightly improved. We just went, flush the toilet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All the way to the
Sorry, it's a
bottom.
mistake, yeah.
You see what I'm
Ahmed, what were
saying?
you going to say about dropping out of European competition?
I was gonna just maintain the point here is that it's gonna be a lot harder for us if we drop out of Europe or if we get the Conference League spot to attract these players. It's gonna mean higher wages, even though they're trying to do now the competitive wages thing. You know, you're trying to compete with like certain clubs to get the top players as well, because that's what they're trying to do as well, according to them. So that's what I'm saying to you. On some level, top four is kind of important, or just don't get it at all. In my opinion.
I think with this Chelsea new owners, I think what's making them lucrative is that they seem to have the money. They seem to want to attract players with money and lucrative contracts as well. We saw what Sterling's on. You saw the long-term deals that Chalobah and Reece James have gotten, which also buys them their loyalty. But the other thing that I was going to say was in reference to Potter is that I find it hard to believe that these owners are so stupid that they're going to sack the Champions League winning Tuchel, right? For an inexperienced Graham Potter when it comes to big name teams, and expect him to also achieve top four with a team that he hasn't even built himself. That's why I'm like hesitant to believe that they're expecting him to hit top four this season at least. I'm sure they understand the importance of top four, but this season it seems like Potter was almost an emergency buy because they just didn't want to work with Tuchel.
It could be that whole thing with firing Tuchel out of blue and hiring. It's sketchy. Maybe it will be years before we find out. But hey, it takes even Oliver Twist come with the finally a good comment over there. But
Leave Oliver alone. How it took Newcastle from bottom to third in a year, and with worse players than we have right now. I mean, yeah.
what I'm saying is like I don't think we have the as bad as players as the league show and how we play show. I don't think we're that bad. So, is it on Egbahli or Smith? Smith from America? No, I think it's on Todd Bowley.
Yeah, I think we're just figuring
Not
this
Todd
out
Bowley.
as
What's
we're
his
going.
name? Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Yeah, I understood what you meant. Let's see if we can talk about this next topic right here. What do I have here for you guys? Oops, I closed the other window. Didn't mean to. Oh well. All right. Yeah, we're talking about transfers. Let's talk about Leao. This could be taken as a grain of salt or as you will. Rafael Leao experienced a new league, yes, in the future, but now I'm 100% focused on AC Milan. It's a top club, and I'm under contract there. I like City too. Tells RDP Africa. I watched many games this year. I like Arsenal. They're playing very well.
He also had a song with. He also had like a video with a Lampard song in it, and it's just people are looking into things, and I don't blame him, man. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, let's go to 8th place Chelsea with Graham Potter, who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing." So I do understand also like why he kind of gave a compliment to Arsenal, because if you look at it from a football player point of view, where would you rather be? Club was at first at the table, or a club at 8th, who might be 9th if they don't get at least a draw for next game. So.
Well, Arteta, nobody was supposed to go for Arteta 2 years ago, but hey.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not giving up on Harry Potter. I still didn't finish the books, or movies to watch it because I haven't watched it since we got it. But
yes.
I've stopped on the 3rd or 4th because there's no way you can blow your mind,
really
blow your brains with those
Yes.
movies. But Leao. Don't know. Don't think so. I don't think he will. I think Ahmed has a better chance getting a haircut quicker than Leao coming to Chelsea.
I actually think Leao will come to Chelsea.
I think he will come to Chelsea as well.
I think he won't.
I think he will.
I don't think he will.
Look how happy he is, man. Why would you come to Chelsea, bro? Play with Mason Mount and Havertz, bro. Be depressed every week. Have Jorginho play splat passes to you, bro. Why? Why would you do that?
Look at that smile.
Happy guy, man. Why?
I don't understand. You keep like you're saying. You think he's coming, and then you give all those shit reasons.
Because I think he will come. Because like.
Are you trying to be like a false?
No, but Alex. There's difference between what I think he will come because I think he would like the money that we can offer him. Plus, it's the Premier League. It's the Premier League regardless. Do I think he should come? Fuck no, man. With this group of players, I have no fucking faith in them. Unless everything is taken out, like when you have like bad grass when it's already yellow, you have to take it out and just plant new green ones. That's what I think Chelsea's at right now.
The grass becomes yellow in the winter. You don't just dig it out because it's winter. And
no, when it's like
this
man, when it's like Chelsea and yellow, like fucking midway to brown, bro. That's it. That never growing back, bro.
Maybe
has anyone else?
Maybe a lot of dogs pass through.
Has anyone else been pursuing Leao as hard as we have, though?
No, I watch him.
That's the other question. Because I feel like that's another thing that a player like. I don't know why. I don't really understand it, but I guess it's kind of like a little ego thing where like players like it when the teams are pursuing them they don't like feeling like players want to be appreciated. I sound so ridiculous saying this, but like it's kind of true. So I feel like maybe because Chelsea have been going for him since the summer, maybe he appreciates that Chelsea are doing that. I don't know. Maybe it's flattering to him. Maybe he does come to Chelsea because of that. I don't know. Maybe Kai has a point. But I also agree with Kai as well, saying like, why should he come to Chelsea? Because it's 8th place,
The thing.
I don't know.
The thing is, again, it just goes back to where we finish in the season and what is our monetary power.
Yeah.
What is our monetary power? Literally, this comes down to that. And the monetary power thing, it is a bit concerning with the news about the little CB that we're going for because apparently we don't want to pay that much for Gvardiol apparently. So listen,
I won't be. What the hell? 100 mil?
I'm actually.
And that's what I'm saying to you. That's the problem. And that's what I'm saying to you, bro. The club.
Calm down, dude. One word at a time.
No, I'm just saying that the club, they are more willing probably to spend more money on an attacker than they are a defender. And sometimes,
There's a reason you're on this panel, bro, because you called it, man. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Gvardiol, actually. So let's talk about Gvardiol. Why not?
I thought
With
because
Oscar
of the
Gvardiol
hair.
rising value? Chelsea are considering that too. Chelsea are considering options for January next summer, including Eva Ndinka, Piero Incapié, and Badish. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Was
Oh my
emerged-
god,
Badish
it's
Show
like alphabet
emerged-
people with those names. Like.
has emerged as the priority present. Look, I don't really know much about this player right here. No deal has been agreed between Chelsea and AS Monaco for Benoit Badiashile, but multiple sources believe he will join in weeks ahead of around 30 million pounds. Do you guys know about this guy? I have no idea about this player. I don't know who
Plays for
this guy
Monaco,
is.
and that is.
I know
pretty much
that. Monaco, they do have some good talent. I mean, that's where Tchouaméni came out of, right?
I've seen him play like in a few games.
The good talent gets sold by
PSG.
100 mils. This is not good talent.
Yeah, this is what. Yeah, this is what you get. You know, equivalent to what you get.
This
like,
is what you get when you don't say Tchouaméni.
Yeah. This is the 2 a.m. behind the dumpster kind of deal, bro. This is
That's
not.
what I'm saying to you, man.
No,
That's Chelsea right now. man.
this is Waffle House at 2 a.m.
The thing is, yeah,
You get all the stale,
I think he's
chicken
made
that's barely bony, man.
he's
What
made
does
the
he
comment.
say?
He's made a
Talk to
comment
me,
here
EE.
saying they decent. Listen,
Well,
it
get
doesn't
him then
matter.
for your Liverpool team. Get him for
Listen,
your Liverpool team. You need
listen.
him.
It doesn't matter if he's decent or not. Like you should be going for top quality if you are trying to, buy high quality players and trying to rebuild the team. Gvardiol has already shown us that he's a high quality player. It's just are the club willing to pay that much for a defender? And from what I'm seeing, they're more willing to pay higher money for maybe an attacker, and that's what it's looking like to me, man.
Which I don't get to, because we did discuss it earlier, and they did say
This is what
they're gonna
Marina
try
did,
to
I
build
can't lie
the-
to you. Marina did the same thing, but she was like, I'm willing to give more money to attackers than to defenders.
But
And we
that's
never
how
really
you're
lost.
supposed to do it. Attacker is the one that more commercial,
Yeah, because
right?
they get your money as well for marketing as well. Barely people get pictures of defenders, man.
Who's gonna
Listen,
pay span?
But
Like,
I mean, but what I would say
Ahmed,
is,
when did the last time you bought a defender's jersey and put the defender's name?
listen, no, Alex. What I'm trying to
Answer
say
for you. Answer for
Listen,
your
you know
crimes.
the answer to that question. So I'm not
Answer
even
for
gonna
your
ask the question.
crimes, he said.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say that there are some defenders.
Nobody
where,
wasting
there are-
£100 on a defender,
but
bro.
What? But
Yeah.
Kai, there are. But what I
Plus,
would
we still
argue-
have a SAR. Remember, great center back.
Shut the
I
fuck
thought he
up.
left or
Oh
died
my
or
I
something.
hate you so
He's
much to say
still
that.
playing, man.
I thought he
Well-
left too. I'm not gonna lie.
But what I would say, guys, is that there
Yes.
are, of course, some exceptions to that rule, and
Kurt
that's what I'm
Zumo
trying
at
to
the
say with
protein
Gvardiol.
shakes. That's all Cyrus, man.
He's still
Sorry.
isn't.
I
he
think
playing for
I agree
Monaco
with
too?
you. I think
Isn't
You
Sarr
have
at
to have
Monaco?
exceptions to the rule, man. You have to. have
Isn't
exceptions.
it
No.
Sarr at Monaco?
yeah, isn't Sarr at Monaco? I forgot where Sarr is.
Yeah, he is. He's at Monaco. Nice, sorry. He's at Nice, sorry. You know,
Imagine
just
boy,
messed
boy.
up.
No, Nice.
No.
Yeah, he's at Nice. He's at Nice.
he's at Nice.
I thought we messed up the wrong black guy.
Imagine.
Yo,
Oh
come
my
on, man.
days.
Relax.
Mendy again.
Come on, bro.
We dropped one guy, picked up the wrong kid from the daycare.
Basically,
That's so
bro.
fucked up.
Basically, bro. This Sar is basically Kurt Zumo without the cat abuse, bro.
You know,
That's all he
like
is, man.
Star,
Same
if he
mistakes.
doesn't-
Not yet. Not yet.
If
He
Sarr
doesn't
doesn't
have
play-
money for the cat yet.
oh my god, you need to relax. You guys need to relax, man.
When me
are
time
you
the
saying,
stream, the
Ahmed?
stream is over.
I was just gonna say, Saar has a 50% clause. So if he plays for more than 50% for Nice, if he plays more than 50% for Nice, then he can only be sold to them. So that's why they're not gonna play him. Man. They're not gonna play him.
Yeah, 'cause
Kai,
the
what are you
mandatory,
doing
my
to me,
bad.
Kai?
I suggest EE deletes this comment in the end, man.
How many is he talking about?
Bro,
here,
when
man?
people say higher ceiling, they mean his ability, not how close he is to the ceiling, bro. His height, bro.
No, but I agree with what Ahmed's saying, which is pretty much. Look, I don't like how Chelsea seem to always get overpriced. And speaking of overpriced players, let's move on to this topic as well. Let's talk about. No. Let's talk about this. Benfica have rejected a 100 million euros offer for Enzo Fernandez. The offer did not come from Liverpool. Chelsea, Man City, Man United, PSG, Real Madrid are also interested. I don't know these sources, but if this is true, I mean, I have heard many people say that he's over 100 million euros and all that.
He's got 120 million release clause.
That's absurd.
So those are the clubs that did not put that bid, right?
Liverpool didn't. So it's probably one of those clubs.
It's just Liverpool. After Liverpool, there's a full stop in it. So after that, those are the clubs that may have done it.
Yeah, so it's like
probably PSG because of gone. No, this is PSG because that's what Messi's gonna say. Look, my boy needs to come over here.
Oh, that's it.
If you want me to stay, and if you want me to stay for another year, bring him, to play with me. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I can see that.
The thing is, though, that again, like
the truth.
With if Chelsea, their new scouting system and everything, if they have a good eye, there are other players that we can get. I can't lie to you that there's that Coney kid from Borussia Mönchengladbach, quality young guy, 21 years old. He's actually good. He would actually go into the team straight away and could do a job, man.
Yeah.
He could do that.
I'm not even that opposed because we were just talking about Gvardiol, right? I'm not even that opposed to Hincapié, who is the defender from Ecuador. He had a pretty decent tournament when we saw him in the group stages. Yeah. Just people don't know who the fuck he is.
Ndika, you can probably get him on a free if you wanted to at the end of the season. Because he's going for free, but
I do want. I'm not gonna, let's have it right. I mean, I do want Gvardiol. I think Gvardiol is very talented, but that price is. It seems to have gone up significantly since the World Cup.
But his release cost.
Let's say you're going for a steak. Would you get the nice expensive steak, or you get the cheap one? I'm just gonna use soy sauce to taste better.
Of course, you want to go for the quality one.
Yes, I want a proper cube steak.
There you go.
I don't want
some chopped up like fucking, there's like 6 steaks in one pack. It's like $10.
No.
Those are called burgers, man.
I get that.
Those are big, Big Mac, and
I get that. But in that same sense, though, Kai, won't you agree that there are some steakhouses that have absolute shit steak, but they're overpriced? It's just like it's one of those in that sense too. It's just like it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, but you're a lot more likely.
Depends on the manager.
To get a good steak. A good steak for a high price and getting a really good steak for a cheap steak.
Alex is making me realize no matter how expensive the steak we get, at Wagyu, whatever fucking steak, we're gonna have
Depends the cook, man.
It's all gonna be done well done, bro. It's gonna be all well done.
You can burn Wagyu steak, you can undercook ribeye, you can really make a good cube steak and macaroni and cheese.
I mean, with the tools we use to cook those steaks, no wonder we burn our attackers. I mean, our steaks.
At the end of the season, Potter's gonna bring a plate to fucking Egbahli, and Todd Bowley is gonna be a shoe leather. He's gonna be like, "This is not a good meal."
The way Potter is playing, he might be a vegan, bro. That's why he's cooking his steaks.
Oh my days! All right, let's see what the next topic.
So we buying a bunch of carrots.
Carrots, bro. We're buying those like beyond meat.
Beyond burgers and shit. All right, so Graham Potter spoke more. He spoke about
what about Lukaku for 100 mil? Remember that expensive steak you got?
That was a great steak, great meal right there. Here at Chelsea,
steak that like pizza.
Potter on Ziyech. Here at Chelsea, we know his qualities and we like him. I spoke to Hakeem. There's always players who are not in starting 11 and have to be patient. I'm delighted for him to get some game time and help the team. I think he's talking about Morocco right here in this line right here, but I'm pretty sure this is a pretty obvious sign that he doesn't rate Ziyech. It's not happening.
No one rates Ziyech, man. Just leave him, man.
He had a good tournament. He's still not getting playtime. It's just ridiculous.
I'm going to Amsterdam. I'm going to Amsterdam in mid-January. If he wants to come along, if he wants to come on a trip with me back to Amsterdam.
You know what?
He's not sitting in a Hyundai.
He's not sitting in EasyJet. I hit him, man. 1 hour flight EasyJet.
Ahmed, you think Ziyech is gonna meet up with you, bro? Come on, man.
I know it's a joke, but I'm just saying, if it's
talking about the proper expensive steak.
No, but
cheap steak.
You know what annoys me though with Potter comments, bro? Because he would have like he's like at Chelsea we have qualities. I'm like, what qualities, bro? We're 8. The players that you
qualities we have quality.
More like
Oh,
koalas,
my
bro.
days.
He
Full of
literally played
koalas.
these guys.
Koalas.
They were playing shit for Chelsea. They played shit for the national team, and they're gonna start. What quality is this guy talking about, man? No wonder we're 8, bro. This guy is
Bro,
delusional,
I'm not
man.
gonna lie, Kai. I'm not
He's
gonna
taking
lie.
Jaeger bombs on his vacations, man.
If on Tuesday's when they play, right, guys?
Tuesday,
If on
Saturday.
Tuesday, when I see that starting lineup, if I see Mason Mount start, I might just actually rip my
He's
hair
not,
out. I'm
bro.
not gonna lie.
He's
I
not.
might
That
rip my
motherfucker
hair
can't
out.
get injured, man. He's like,
I'm gonna
oh,
be
man, he's
real
like a
with you.
virus.
Chelsea's losing on that against Bournemouth. I'm just gonna keep it 100%, man. We know it's gonna happen.
Listen.
I've already accepted that's gonna happen. It's alright, man.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
Yeah,
With
we
comments
know,
like
we win
this,
it.
like, "Oh, I was happy he got playtime." Like,
Bro,
what?
I'm just. You know what? I'm already accepted this. This guy is gonna stay until I die. At least I saw my team win 4 Premier Leagues. You know?
God. Yo,
You know what?
why?
I would be like a Liverpool fan. I'd be like, hey kid, come here, take the album, start showing him like pictures from my iCloud. Be like, this is the time.
Scrapbook.
This is the time when the Premier
Just-
League.
Man's gonna be showing the
This is the
class
time
of
we used to play
2012.
the Premier
Class of
League. I know
2012.
now we play the championship, but this is the good time.
Class of 2012.
Oh.
You see that guy that he scored in the Champions League final?
Remember him?
I'm gonna
His
be
name
like
is
Liverpool.
Drogba.
No.
Marshall,
Kai
you know
is
those
gonna be.
Liverpool-
Kai
Have
is
you
gonna
seen those
be like
Liverpool
that
fans
parent with the
that all
kids,
Liverpool fans
pictures in the wallet, like.
in the Redman TV. There's this old Liverpool fans who have no teeth, bro. they waited 30 years, bro. My guy had a full hairline. Now it's like he's like as depressed. All the teeth are gone. That's how we're gonna be, man, as Chelsea fans. If we keep this outrage, man, we're gonna start telling stories
my days.
about the good old days, man.
That's what I
Bro,
said. You're gonna have a wallet with the pictures, like in them, like a condoms, like the.
They all just-
They slide down, man.
You're gonna
Roman
have
Abramovich
one with-
titles, man.
Like a harmonica, like.
And us in 10 years haven't even won an FA Cup, but at least we're more commercially valuable now, man.
Yeah.
Bro, Kai's gonna have a picture of Mason Mount holding the Champions League, except Mason Mount's face is gonna be ripped off. It's gonna be like
No,
Lampard's
this is what's
face or
gonna
some
happen.
shit.
I'm gonna see Bali. Bali's like, yeah, maybe we haven't won the Premier League like we wanted, but look at all this TikTok engagement. No club have more TikTok followers than Chelsea Football Club. So I would say my time at Chelsea was a success.
Oh my days! Oh my goodness! Let's see if we can salvage this show. This is fantastic, man. Oh man, let's continue the next topic right here. Let's talk about Mendy. Yeah, Eduardo Mendy. Listen, Eduard Mendy snubbed a 6-year contract offer because Chelsea are not showing him enough respect over wages. He wants parity with Kepa Arrizabalaga's pay. Chelsea withdrew their initial offer of a long-term deal to Eduard Mendy as they play hardball with the negotiations, and now there is a standoff. AC Milan, Monaco, and Nice are monitoring the situation. I mean,
Isn't he 31-year-old?
I think he's up there in age.
So his
I'll
6
look it
years
up.
is gonna be 38. Why are we giving him offer in the first place?
He's 30. He's 30.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Okay.
pretty close.
36.
36 years
Why
old.
would
Alex,
we
your dad has
give
been
him?
suicidal in the back, man.
Well, he knows.
What does he do, bro?
He knows Chelsea. He knows Chelsea is coming back.
Start barking every time Jorginho has the ball, man.
He already done it before. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
but
my
Mendy
days.
has to go, man. Jokes aside, Mendy has to go, man. The guy can't even catch
No.
a ball, man.
I get where he's coming from, but it's just like you.
I don't
I'm
get where
sorry,
he's
just
coming
the
from.
qualities.
You know
The
what it's
guy
like? It's like
cannot-
when your
cannot-
gardener pulls out all your fucking grass and then asks you for a promotion. That's what it's like, bro.
the guy
Can't even
cannot
catch the
catch
ball
the
anymore, man.
STDs in the hooker.
No,
But
don't say,
banging on the
oh, I try to be PG friendly, man.
It's too late. We've long crossed that bridge.
PG friendly. Why is real Chris in the chat then? PG friendly.
No, that's
No, but like-
cheap unfriendly, bro.
I understand that, like, you know, Kepa being on the bench earning that much money and he's a starter for so long, has all the trophies. I get it, but at the same time, like, Mendy, you haven't been that same player for a while now. Like, I don't think you must get that you can't be earning
I
the
don't
same
think
amount as
there.
him.
I don't think there is actually any real truth to that thing at all.
Yeah.
It's
There's
possible.
no
Yeah,
way
'cause I don't
we
know who the
offer
fuck
him
Andy
6
Dillon is.
year. At 6 years, no way. We getting us kindergarten together. We're not getting one kid that's gonna bully all the little kids over there. And there's no way we offer him 6-year contract. No way. To 30-year-old. Seriously, with Mr.
I
Smith
wouldn't-
as the owner.
I wouldn't mind Mendy staying, but as a backup keeper and us selling off Kepa, and we get a new keeper in the summer or something.
No,
I
not
wouldn't
for the
mind
money
that.
he wants. He wants higher money, higher wages, 6 years. Fuck that guy, man.
Don't get me wrong. He deserves higher wages than what he has. The guy basically works the 2 jobs to be at Chelsea. Like, the guy doesn't make money at all. Especially compare him to Kepa, which is basically constantly keep raping this football club on a yearly basis. Yeah, no way. He needs the raise, but 6 year, no.
6
And
year? I don't know, yeah.
Yeah,
I still think
know
there
what
is
it
a good goalkeeper over there. I just think he's a bad moment, and everything that's going on with Chelsea, I don't think he helped him. So for the benefits of everybody, he needs to go just to be happy and get the better quality.
Do you know what it is? I just think it's the fact that it's kind of our fault. You know what we gave Kepa. We know what Kepa's context like. Then we bring in this guy. He has like a really great season and a half, I would say. And then obviously, he's dropped off form after that quite a lot. And
He's a decent keeper.
But at the end of the day, he's a good second goalie to have in it. If you are going to bring in a primary one, he would be a good backup to have at the end of the day. So maybe try to give, I would say 120k. Try to get him there 125. If you can get him there, and then that's fine. But hey, that's it.
I mean, it's up to him at the end of the day, too, to a certain extent. He could turn it down if he really wants that Kepa wage, which this isn't the first time I heard
But the
that
thing
either.
is, he's not going to get that. Though. The thing is, if you're
Bro,
being
but
real,
I don't
he's
want
not gonna
Kepa to have the
get
Kepa wage. Why would I want other
Exactly.
Kepa to have the
That's
Kepa
what I mean.
wage?
Yeah. Like, I think he should. Someone should have him understand that Kepa was a mistake. You know, like Kepa, like
Kepa
Marina
was an
made a
abortion,
mistake
bro.
with
We're
Kepa.
sorry, man. We didn't mean it.
Like the Kepa was a panic buy.
Kepa should
Kepa
have
No,
was a panic
Kepa-
buy.
No. Kepa, look, it's like, this is what you get when you try to build a prospect. It's not about like, people don't understand that if you have a bad recruitment, it doesn't matter who you buy, they all gonna be 50-50. And no matter how good your recruitment, there is still big chance. I forgot who said it. I think it was Klopp said, one of the Klopp's recruitment people said that no matter how much you try, you happy that one of your 5 signings make it to your first team. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell you that we try to do that thing what we're doing now with Roman Abramovich. Just remember, Timo Bakayoko. What's his name?
Oh my god!
Oh, you're gonna
Bakayoko.
laugh. You're gonna laugh. But before we bought him, everybody want him.
Mhm.
Everybody,
True.
including me. Including me. I wanted Bakayoko out of Monaco.
Look who decided to show up.
Bashuai. Dan Bashuai.
A dog?
Also
Yeah,
young
oh,
player that
yes.
with
Do you
high
remember-
prospect.
Do you remember
Lukaku.
Remy?
Good.
Remy came old. I'm talking about
Yeah.
building a young team. When people saying that Roman Abramovich never did it, we did it. It just didn't. It's the bad thing that happened. Like, but at the same time, we got players like what's his face, Hazard. We got Mata when he was young age. Nobody
Oscar.
heard of Mata. We got Oscar. We got De Bruyne. We got
Chala.
so it's a 50-50 thing. So when you blame in the old regime, don't blame, because that happened before with old regime too. We tried to be sustainable. It's just the bad luck who you sign. Some are better. Guess what? Remember when Liverpool used to be a top of the recruitment league? Like Scott was like, "Oh, I want to be like Liverpool strategy, blah blah blah." They haven't won the shit before Klopp came in, and they're not gonna win now because they lost a really good director. You see what I'm saying? So, and they signed 100 million bomb, just like we did. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't work all the time the right way. It's the luck of a draw sometimes with those young players. We buy any young players for the team. They work out or they not. But we bought the previous regime. We paid for Batshuayi 40 mil. That was the bad part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and at least with these younger players that we're seem to be getting for a reasonable price,
And a
like what
6-year
Alex is saying.
contract.
I mean, yeah, the 6-year contract, I don't agree with that. But I mean, actually, if we
No,
are getting these players
it's
for
good.
cheap at a 6-year contract and we sell them, they're higher value because they have a long contract.
Or if they work out, then your
The
value
bargain.
doesn't drop. A bargain. Like James. 6-year contract. It
Yeah,
works
yeah, like
perfectly.
James.
What about the Fofana guy? If he doesn't work out, 8 mil is fine. But if it's a 6-year contract, he's still on your books. Doesn't matter if it's 8 or not. The wages are still on your bill. Like people never like. I just don't.
Bro.
That comment from Oliver Twist and Mr. Smith, the owner, comments will pissed me off, man. I seriously,
Bro, and now if
Oliver,
if
that's your
they,
new name now.
if they give Mount 300k a week and he continue on this like assist or goal every 7 games,
exactly.
Ugh.
What process are we talking about?
then what process exactly are they? What's process of hope and
What if
and
Jorginho get
ful-
extension? What
fulfilling
kind of
what
fucking
Michael
process
Jackson
are we
wanted to
talking
achieve in his
about?
life, man? Is that what we're doing, man? Just youth for the sake of it?
Give
I'm not a fan,
Jorginho a
man, to be
2-year
honest.
extension, man.
Well, I think
Because,
I hope it is. I hope it is. We don't hold on.
You
But
have to hope and pray, man. That's
exactly.
what I'm saying.
The reason why this regime doesn't hold on because they debt free. Guess why we're debt free? Because Abramovich did it.
True.
Remember, 1.5 bill was forgiven.
Mhm.
That's why they can splash it and
Bro,
say,
if I
like,
was wrong, man, I
oh,
wouldn't forgive it, man. I would
I'm,
just hold on to it.
hell
man.
no,
A lot
I'm a
of-
broke ass. I will hold on to that. Fuck the Chelsea. I'm getting
Fuck
my
that, bro. I'll take
1.5
it.
bill.
Yeah, I'll take it from Boris Johnson's pension, bro. I am holding on to that money, man.
A
I'm
lot
not
of-
selling that
Another
shit,
thing
man.
too, I mean, onto what Alex is saying too, is that a lot of these players weren't even bought under Bowley. It's not his money, so that's why in this summer we cleaned house.
Yeah, but
It's
he
just
wants
like
to
he
give
didn't
him
care about the
300K a
price.
week, bro. He wants to give
Yeah.
him 300K a week.
Oh,
A player
Mason?
who weren't shit under him, man. Like if you look
Who,
at it,
Ma-
Mount was shit through the whole of
Oh,
Bowley's
he's talking
era.
about Mason.
He's literally was
Yeah,
shit
but
through the whole
Mason
of
wants
Bowley's
300K
era.
a week. I don't know. I think if we offered Mason 300K a week, he would have accepted it. I don't think we're giving him 300K. That's the thing.
Never heard of
never know,
Oliver
man.
Twist before. Read the book, man. You go
Hey, I
to
don't
high
even
school.
know what the hell is
A
Oliver
very good,
Twist.
very good story, man.
Oh, come on, guys.
I don't know, man. Call me old.
You never
call
read
me a
Oliver
boomer.
Twist, man.
Charles Dickens.
How old
Charles
are you, Mark?
Dickens, yeah.
I'm 30 now.
Jesus,
me,
I'm
big
not even
30.
American and I read Oliver
I'm an
Twist.
adult.
Oh my god. That was
No.
crazy, man.
No, what?
All right.
Did you go to American school, Marshall? Did you go to American
Yes,
school?
yeah. I went to American school. I don't know.
No
who the fuck
wonder
Oliver
China is
Twist is.
passing.
No wonder who? What?
No wonder China's
No wonder
passing us.
China's own us.
Ah.
Oh,
Listen, man. Listen. We don't know
How
what's
did you
happening
not
in
read
that
Oliver
country.
Twist and I did? I'm not even American, bro, and it's based on like American story.
Bro, I don't fucking know. We have boring books
Oliver
like
Twist
The
is an English book,
Fountain.
right?
No,
And
I'm
the
saying
Odyssey.
it's a
Marshall, how
it's a
many
school.
pronouns can you name? How many pronouns?
Bro.
All
I know
alphabet
like 5
people.
maybe.
He can name
I'm
all
just
alphabet
fucking with you,
people.
man.
The alphabet people? No.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Let's talk about the alphabet
Yeah,
Jorginho,
Kante
okay?
can leave. Kante can leave.
Jorginho on his future. Of course, I want to stay. I love Chelsea. The thing is, I'm not going to think about that right now. Tells Talk Sport. I need to think about winning games. Otherwise, it's a problem. I mean, it's already a problem, Jorginho, but we continue. The expectation is Jorginho will leave Chelsea at the end of the season when his contract expires. N'Golo Kante's future remains in the balance. This is coming from The Athletic as well.
Yep.
No, it doesn't
And
win
we
the
have
balance.
more here.
That guy's finished, man. He's finished. If we let Kante stay,
Kante?
if we
Oh,
let
yeah.
Kante
yeah.
stay, it's over, man.
We'll talk
Let
about
that
Kante.
brother go.
Imagine
Jorginho's-
he asks for a pay rise, bro. Oh my days, I am picking him.
Jesus.
I
in
don't know.
the
I
bro.
think
Um,
no. You see, I think Kante is the one that he will not ask for a pay raise. He will
No,
actually
no.
accept pay cut. I just don't think Jorginho will.
What's
But
Jorginho
isn't-
on? Like
isn't
150?
Kante-
By the way, don't you? By the way, don't you
175.
think like just wait? I seriously, I just want to say he did not do the surgery for such a long time, and he finally done it. I just want to see him after surgery, and I will judge him after. I just want to see him.
N'Golo.
Yeah, Fuck, Jorginho didn't do shit for the past 5 years. What does he get injury from? He didn't do shit. He's walked on the pitch. He ain't getting injury. Why is he
I mean,
injured?
listen,
Juggling his
Jorginho
balls
showed
in the
up.
pockets?
when Kante wasn't playing, Jorginho was there. You know. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
I was
He
there
doesn't
too
put as much
watching.
effort. Yeah.
What were you saying, Kai?
I said he doesn't put as much effort as Kante. He doesn't run as much. Because you know
True.
Kante's like
True.
has 7 kidneys, bro.
But they're different types of players. Jorginho's
7
priority
lungs,
is to
sorry,
stay
lungs,
is to stay at Chelsea, but no official talks have been taking place so far
Yeah.
over a contract extension. There's an internal feeling since the summer that Jorginho and N'Golo Kante are likely to leave on a free transfer this summer. We'll see
That would be
about
the best
that.
option, I think, for Chelsea, man.
On N'Golo Kante, and this part kind of got me mad. N'Golo Kante will not be back from his injury until the end of February or probably March. Graham Potter has confirmed. Sources confirm, feeling reported for weeks and months. Kante could leave as a free agent at the end of the season. And more on N'Golo Kante. Barcelona are keeping a close eye on N'Golo Kante's situation at Chelsea. Probably because they just
Don't
want a
they-
free player.
Can't even
Like,
pay
what?
salaries at Barcelona anymore, man.
I don't even know, bro. They're ridiculous. They're
Probably
ridiculous,
hope
that
they're paying
team,
like
man.
100K a week.
We
man.
already tried to sell Rafinha.
Yeah,
Apparently,
apparently.
I don't know if you heard
Yeah.
the news. They are trying to sell. They are open to selling all of their players, barring I think it was Pedri, Gavi,
Yeah.
Lewandowski, and I think there was another 2
We
players.
all can keep those.
Yeah.
I think they will sell De Jong either this window or the second. That's what I think.
Hopefully, we look at him.
Even
Well,
Fabrizio
they
said,
have to
like, a
sell
few minutes
somebody in
ago.
December. They
Yeah.
have to sell somebody in December.
Look what Fabrizio said about. He said Chelsea are still very interested in De Jong. So even if United does go for him, then Chelsea will go for him too.
I hope we
What
go
I'm-
for De Jong. I didn't see
Look,
that though.
Chelsea
What
are
I'm-
such cock
what
blocks,
I'm-
bro.
I don't know. Maybe it's emotional, but I just saw highlights with Kante playing for Chelsea. It made me sad. That it made me sad. Kante. So that's maybe why I'm emotional about Kante today, leaving on free. So I just want to see him after surgery. I want to see him after surgery.
I didn't
Who's
think
a
you were
bigger
capable
legend,
of
him-
making
him
sense
or
out of this,
Azpilicueta?
Alex.
Who's a
Surgery
bigger legend?
is
That's
him or
hard.
Azpilicueta?
That's hard.
What?
He said bigger legend, Aspie or Kante.
Azpilicueta.
I think Aspie, but
I think you got to give it to Aspie. He's won everything under Chelsea.
But
It's
Kante's
quite
more
hard.
talented.
Kante's
I
more
mean-
talented.
Yes, than Azpilicueta.
No. Aspie's more talented. Kante's more hard
Nah.
working than no.
I think no. Kante was
On the ball,
generational,
on
man.
the ball passing, I think Aspie's better.
But Azpi never had like
I don't.
Yeah,
he never
is.
was looked after as much as Kante
Aspie
was.
is the
Kante, every
same
window
kind
he
of way
shot.
Yeah, but
utility
Kante
player
runs
as
everywhere.
Kante.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aspie is the same utility player as Kante.
Yeah.
They're more utility players.
I don't know.
They are
For me,
never
Kante-
special, but they Mason Mount with decent careers. So
Maybe decent careers.
no,
I-
those at the end of a careers by making careers. Mount
making
is just
that
the
with Mount,
beginning,
man.
so I don't know if he's gonna make it to those levels or not.
He's gonna be 24 years old in less than 10 days.
Are
I
you
don't-
are you tracking
I
Mason Mount birthday?
think
I'm
he
tracking
is.
his planes too, bro. It's time to go. I'm joking, man.
I can't
You know,
believe you're stuck in Mount.
I'm Elon Musking.
He's
this bitch,
obsessed
bro.
with Mount, man. He's obsessed with him, like the Mount
I'm
lovers.
joking, man.
I know.
I'm not. I just know he's born in January. I don't know exactly the date.
Sure. So you said 10 days?
Sam, you couldn't even put the CH, bro. Shouldn't you put the CH, bro? What is Xmas, bro? What is Xmas?
I would
You know what he
definitely get
means.
rid of Kante.
Yeah, I
though.
do, but it sounds like a rave, man. Sounds like a rave, man.
It does sound like a rave a little
holiday.
bit. I mean,
Unless it takes
See,
a big
here's the
wage
thing.
cut, then I'm fine with it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing with the whole midfield situation. I don't mind if they both go in the summer as a free, as long as we get replacements. That's the biggest thing. If
And not
if they
children,
want
bro.
to,
Not sure.
I mean, if they're good children, then why not? I'll take Gavi. I'll take Pedri.
No good children. No good children are good children.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be quiet because that sounded sus. That sounded sus as
So
hell.
basically, hold on a second. So you're not a good child to your parents? You're right, Kai. You're not a good parent.
No, man.
I prefer
my
really
parents
not
couldn't wait to
to,
send me to
know.
Russia, bro.
not to
They
speak.
couldn't wait to send me to Russia, bro. When I
Yeah.
finished the army, man.
Exactly.
Listen,
What were your
I don't
parents
know-
thinking? Your dad should have left you dry on the wall.
I should have pulled out, man. I should have pulled out. I told him. Man.
Oh my god. This is what I mean though. Like I think what EE's saying is right here is I think we should keep J5 as a backup, and I think he should be used as a backup.
He's
or
already
rotational
backup.
midfield.
He's already backup on the field.
Not even. He's starting because
I know he's
Kovacic
starting
and
and
Kante.
and the other people playing. He's starting, but the rest of them are playing.
But that's the problem, Alex. I think he's played
know.
more than both of them
He can-
combined. He's not
okay.
really a backup anymore.
He can go and be backup to the backup in some other team. Do you think if Kante leaves and this fraud of a man is gonna be, you think I'm pissed now? Just wait until Jorginho resigns contract and Kante goes on free. Then you're gonna see me losing my shit.
But Jorginho's more useful and
Fuck you.
Kante. Oh yeah, okay, thank you.
Oh,
He's actually more useful. Yeah.
Alex didn't have enough eggnog. He didn't have enough eggnog on Christmas.
Yeah, man. He needs
Oh my god.
That was wild.
Oh my days. No.
That was
See, but the thing is
violent.
like
That was
You're
nice
muted,
of you,
Alex.
Alex. That was nice of you.
You're muted, Alex. You're
I've
muted.
I've said my piece. I know I've muted. I said my piece.
Okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
I wasn't
Kante's
trying
just,
to.
like Kante's just picking up injuries after injuries. Like when he was injured, he went back to training and got injured for an extra 2 months. Like I would still accept
Look,
Kante for like half
look.
the wage he's on, yeah. But Jorginho is still more useful to the
Look.
squad.
Jorginho, it's like a disease.
Yeah, I see.
And
it.
Kovacic and Kante are symptoms.
Hmm.
You do not fix the symptoms without removing a disease.
You know,
You're
you say
saying Jorginho
Jorginho.
is
All right,
amazing.
right,
Oh my
right. You
God.
know,
You see what I'm saying?
No. I know what you're saying, but
I know what you're
before
saying.
No,
I
no,
disagree.
Before Jorginho, I disagree. with
Gino
this,
is not a
because
parasite, man. Come
No,
on.
no, but before
No, I'm
Jorginho-
not saying he's a
Can I say-
parasite. I'm saying he's a disease. He's
Yeah,
like
I-
STDs.
And
He's like STDs.
you're saying it's because they have to run for Jorginho, right?
Yeah, they have to do
Oh.
all for Jorginho.
So what happened before Jorginho when Kante still running like a headless chicken when Hazard used to say there's two
Oh,
Kantes?
yeah. Remember what's his name?
Go on.
The great guy. What's his name? Matic.
Mata?
Yeah, what
Matic?
about Matic?
Okay.
Yeah,
What about Mata?
yeah, he's
What
very
about
good player.
Matic? Matic and Kova. Remember how we won a title?
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah. So what are you saying? What? I don't understand what.
we had a
I-
we had a
what
different
happened-
team then.
No. Hold. Yeah, it was better, right?
We had Costa and Hazard.
Right? No. Hold on a second. Let me get you thinking. We never qualified for top 4 when Jorginho joined this Chelsea club.
What do you mean we're not? We've been in top 4 with Jorginho. Am I missing something?
No. Yeah, you're missing big thing. We did not qualify on our own. We got help by other teams.
Oh, you mean like Tottenham with Gareth
Yeah, but you
Bale?
can say the
that,
same thing
but
about
stuff-
Mason
stuff
Mount.
like
You can
that
say the same thing
happens,
about all these guys too, man.
man. I knew you'd say Mouse.
No, I'm saying
Hold on,
seriously.
okay.
Just think about it. The minute Jorginho showed in this team, Chelsea never qualified for top 4 based on team. We qualified because the other teams help us. And the last time that happened, it's when Jorginho showed up.
I just don't think Jorginho's like the big issue because at least he's here like pretty much 100% of the time. Like he's always showing up. No,
Oh, least he's here.
yeah, but like he's not getting
Why?
injured.
Least
nothing.
Mount is here.
If he was getting injured just as much as like the
Least
rest of them, we would have
Aspilicueta
no
is here.
one.
Hold on a second. Let's get rid of James because he's always injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
know
saying
about
You
get rid of-
again.
no-
I don't agree with that.
No, Kante's injuries is way different to Reece James. Reece James can still play a lot more than Kante, and Reece James is a lot
Are
younger.
you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure he's a lot younger, and he plays
Are
a
you
lot
sure?
more than Kante
That's
still.
that's the problem. If he gets those injuries young,
I know
Guess
it
what?
could be a problem in the future. Yeah,
I'm glad that you list you're thinking. That
I'm
least
thinking,
thinking
yeah.
is involved.
yes.
Great, least thinking is involved.
But I mean, the thing with Jorginho is that I don't think he's fantastic at really anything except possession. But I think with him, he's like as a fundamentalist, basic midfielder as you can get. He's good at the passing. He's good at connecting the midfield with the defense. He's good at the possession part of it. And I think those, and on top of that, he's good at running for the whole 90 minutes too. I don't think he really gets subbed off that often. I think he's
If
got
you
a
call
good
that
endurance.
running, you call it
Sure.
running. I'll call it fast walking.
I'll call it endurance. We'll just say
Okay.
that. I think those are some. Like when you look at N'Golo Kante, like N'Golo Kante is really good at tackling and intercepting the ball, but he freaking lacks at passing, which, you know, like as a
He's
midfielder,
not
passing
lacking
should
at
be really
passing.
good.
He's not lacking at passing. He lacking at passing in the final third. His decision making is the problem in the final third.
Yeah.
The rest of the passing is not that bad. Please, Kante,
but he's
don't
elite.
cross
The
the field
difference is-
pass.
Yeah, the difference is Kante is elite at anticipating the ball. He's elite at winning the ball. He's elite at
Yeah.
like
Is
interception.
Jorginho elite in anything?
He doesn't
keeping
have to
control of the
pass in
game
the final
for the
third. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You'll never get
Yeah,
a perfect player, man. It's
problem.
impossible. But he's
Yeah,
good at
yeah, I
interception.
get
Control of
that.
the game in the wrong part of the field. You freaking.
Yeah.
But with the thing with Jorginho is, I think like he, like again, I have to emphasize that like in the summer, if he goes, he can go. That's fine. I mean, I do like him as a player, but if we get a replacement, I think we should replace him because he is getting old. And I just think that of all our midfielders, he does the fundamentals very well, and I think that has its use in any club, which is why I think, you know, it's rumored that Pep wanted him for a while. That's why he plays really well for Italy, and I don't know. I think
He plays real well for Italy because the other player beside him. There was people actually
Verratti?
don't.
or
Verratti
Locatelli,
and,
Barella.
Barella. That's the reason why he does it.
Barella,
And-
Locatelli, and Verratti.
Locatelli.
Yeah.
Those are the players. The reason
Hey,
why
we
Jorginho.
might be able to
have-
get Locatelli, man. The way
Listen,
Juventus are
Locatelli
going.
might be free
mean,
in
we
January.
could.
He might be free in
might.
January, man.
But I don't
Bring
think he's
him.
gonna fix the problem.
I don't think. No, I think the reason why we struggle with that specific pale of the human society, but it's the what annoys me the most is when people saying he's great at of keeping the pace, the tempo of the game, and
Keeping it slow.
like
Yeah, I get that. I do want to see how he plays more in this season under Potter, because it seems that ever since Potter has come to the club, we saw it in the Champions League game where he played with Zakaria, right? Where he seems to be passing the ball forward and through ball more than he was before. But a lot of people say that he does that under every new manager. So we'll see if he keeps it up with the
a lot of
one-touch
people say
passing.
the Championship League is the slower pace, so he can do that. Nobody's pressing him. Guess
Yeah,
what?
you're
Championship
probably
League
right.
is slower than Premier League.
I mean, it's the only thing we have to look forward to right now. There's no way we're 16 points behind Arsenal right now. There's no way we're catching up to them. We're gonna get knocked out of the
Can always
FA
believe
Cup
Arsenal.
next, right?
Yeah, next week.
gonna get-
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're gonna get knocked. You said hopefully.
No,
Listen, man,
we've
at
been
this
League
at
Cup
this
finals.
point, I want to
Hopefully.
win. At this,
With this manager, hopefully we get kicked out of FA Cup. Out of
I just want to
You know
win
what I mean?
something. You know what I mean? Like
We're not
I'm
winning this year.
like I would understand where you guys are coming from about getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup and FA Cup if we were competing for the league and you want to focus on the league, but we're not winning
No,
the
we
league
need
right
we
now.
need to focus. For
I want to
top
win
four.
something.
The only thing you win.
We're
is
not
my
getting
heart.
top four, Chris. I'm sorry.
Well,
That's the only thing
we're
you
not
win,
going to
man.
win that. We've been to 3 finals in a row, yeah, and we're not
Give
winning
me
a single
something to
one.
brag about.
You
I'm
think-
at
you think
Arsenal
for a
standards
fourth
right
time
now,
in the
man.
final, we'll go
we
win.
fired manager that got us to every final possible,
Yeah.
and we got us different one. So you
Yeah,
think
because
that,
you never downloaded WhatsApp. Fucking A, man.
yeah, but fired him like
Because he didn't want to
No.
play 4-4-3.
no. The issue was that he wasn't communicable.
Yeah.
Well, the time that he is not gonna be communicable, it's after the transfer window. So why did you fire him when you don't need to talk to him?
And again, we've talked about this in past streams, and you guys want to watch it, you can watch it. But like, I don't agree
Yeah.
with the fact that we never focused on getting a director before we even bought the club or even started going into the transfer window. I don't know. There was a whole heap of mess of things that had to be cleaned up, which we'll see when Chelsea come out with all or nothing. So we'll
need that.
discuss that when that happens. That might happen soon. But let's talk about the next thing here. We have new signing. Finally,
I didn't
Andrey
see none of them
Santos.
signing actually. Did Chelsea
No,
website
they're-
posted any of them?
they're all-
No.
I don't know if they're officially on
There's
the site yet,
no-
but
Viagra guy is the director of football. Hasn't been
Vivell, yeah.
announced. There's nobody announced yet.
Fabrizio Romano is the one reporting that all these are finally done and officially dusted. So this
Almost.
was early in the
He
week.
said soon.
This is early in the week. Personal terms agreed, final stages, and then later on we have here Chelsea have full verbal agreement to place sign a Brazilian talent Andrey Santos, confirmed final fee of around 20 million euros. 20 million euros. Personal terms agreed to. Chelsea and Vasco are prepared documents. Born in 2004, so that means he's 18, right? Right, guys? No. Yeah, he's 18, right? Very young guy. And here we go. Apparently,
Let's do 22 minus.
That's
4.
a lot of money for a youngster like that.
For fuck's sake, bro.
maybe
Wow,
he's the
Real
next
Madrid
Vinicius. Who knows?
Yeah, Real Madrid. Real Madrid just paid 80 for 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Apparently-
did hear about that.
But
Yeah.
apparently
Compared to
he's the
that-
next Messi and Neymar. Apparently.
That's
Apparently.
crazy though.
Which one,
Right?
Endrick, or are you talking about Andrey Santos?
Endrick.
Andrew.
Endrick, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
Well,
crazy,
remember
yeah.
when Odegaard was the next?
The Norwegian
guy-
was it Messi, innit?
Yeah, no, the big guy was his German guy that
Now he's
sold
the
the
Özil,
Norwegian Messi.
Özil.
Yeah,
I don't like
Ozil.
it, bro.
yeah. Remember
see,
when they got? Yeah, remember
German,
Odegaard used to be a Real Madrid player when 16
Yeah.
paid like 60 or 70 million for him.
Peter Rudiger is a
16.
very good player, man. You don't like Rudiger, Alex?
No,
I don't really
He's
like him
very
that
good
much
player.
either.
that
You
no,
like who?
no. Look,
Odegaard.
he,
Odegaard.
he plays better at Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, but even there
Yeah.
he disappears a lot. But what I'm saying is 60 mil. No, it's more than 60 mil. That's like 5 or 6 years ago for 16 years old. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
You have to take it with a pinch of salt, obviously. I get that.
Yeah. If we look at this contract negotiation too, it says here he's agreed a 5-year contract. I don't know how true this is, but it's 5-year contract. The deal could reach up to 23 to 15 million euros fixed plus 8 million in add-ons. Look, listen, I don't know much about this player. I'm probably going to do some research and deep diving over the weekend or over the course of the week to look into him, maybe look at some highlight reels, but it's a
What are you gonna look
midfielder.
into him? He's 16, bro. What
I
did they
think
look at
we're-
the
It's a
last 4 years,
midfielder.
bro?
He's 18.
He's 18. He's 18.
He's a midfielder though, so that's why I'm like, okay, well, if we're gonna start developing a midfield and growing a midfield from in-house and stuff with new talents and stuff, we have Cassidy is another one too that's coming through the ranks. Hutchinson, Chukwemeka,
Ampadu.
like it looks like things are going well. And apparently, I don't have it up, but Potter was talking that he really likes what he's seeing with Chukwemeka, you know. So, and I like what I see with Chukwemeka so far
Bro,
this
that's what
season.
they all say, man. He's looking good in training, and then
He's looking
Don't
good.
play.
He's looking
And then they never
fresh. He
play
doesn't
them.
even play, bro. He
Yeah.
doesn't even make
He's
the
looking
bench.
fresh. Imagine Potter saying
man.
that. Nah, Chukwemeka is looking fresh in training.
Looks good. He's
Picking
ready.
up the cones.
nice little
Alright,
trim. He's
I
got
gotta
there.
go eat, so I'll see you guys later.
Alex, it's a
See you
pleasure as
later,
always,
Alex.
man. You have a good rest
Thanks
of
for
your
the
day.
nice comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Always,
gonna-
Chris. Always.
I
Just
need
next
to-
time,
I
bend over.
appreciate him.
I need to enter another stream. I'll see you as
All
well.
right, Ahmed, you have a good one as well, brother. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, boys. But yeah, look, I don't know much about the Andrey Santos guy. I'm going to admit right now, but I like
not
that
a
we're
fan.
building.
I'm not a fan.
I know
of
you're
this
not a fan
whole-
of all the youth stuff. Yeah.
Because he's
Not
young,
the youth
right?
stuff. It's just because the youth that haven't done fuck all in the game, man. It's not like if you tell me we're gonna go for a youth project under 25s, you're gonna get me somebody like an Mbappe, somebody who has done something in the game. You're like, okay, we're gonna build a core of young players. I'll be like, okay, these players are under 23, but I know who they are. They're talented. They're well known. But if you get me some Andre fucking done fuck all from Brazil and on a 5-year deal, you know, the kid is so excited. He got a cake and whatever. That doesn't excite me, man.
mean,
Because at the end of the day,
hey, man.
this is Chelsea, man. If we just sign any fucking retard that wants to
Let him
fucking
have
play
his
at
cake,
Chelsea,
okay? Let him have his cake. Look at him. He looks
Yeah,
so
but
happy
it's
with his
sad,
with
man.
his
It's
girlfriend
sad.
or his mom.
No,
I don't
man,
know. Is that his
we
mom? Is his girlfriend? I don't know.
we need to have
Milf?
we need to have more standards for our football club, man. Can't just everybody come in, man. It's you know. If,
I just
if
think
everybody goes
the
into,
standards have changed.
everybody goes into a club. It's not an exclusive club, man. Everybody can come in, man. You know, that's the issue.
But what if these players turn into an Mbappe? You know what I mean? Like we don't know. They're
What
Brazilian
if-
talents.
What if, you know the saying, Marshall. If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a transformer, bro.
I thought it was a
It's not
bike.
that easy. It's not-
Oh, that's a nice
it's not
fact.
that-
Well, Kai, let me ask you then. Like, what young talents that are in the market right now do you look at and would like Chelsea to sign?
With the
Not
25
a realistic
teams
one.
that he's
That's
talking
not
about?
like Mbappe. Like not Mbappe.
Under
Let's be more
25?
realistic.
For example,
Sure, yeah.
I would go all out for De Jong. I think De Jong would improve us in the
Yeah, I
midfield.
agree.
He's
De Jong
very
is a
quick
good
with
one.
his passing. He'd be good for us. For example, if we could get Mbappe, apparently he's available for 140. I'll get Mbappe. and then I would be like, okay, we're signing
Yeah.
a team for. Why are you laughing, man? It's possible.
No, because it's definitely not 140. It's 140
even-
and like it's 25% of Chelsea stock, and
I
he gets
would
to decide
even-
when Aubameyang
That's
plays
not
or
how it
doesn't.
works. No, that's not how it works. And
No, what
I
do you
would-
mean that's not how it works? It works like that for him at PSG right now, man.
I would even get Neymar for a season or two.
Yeah, I don't mind
I
that.
think we need the quality. We need right now. We don't have quality. I like that Mr. Bowley is looking 5 years ahead, but what we have now, is it's like no, man. So we need to look at the now.
Listen,
and now
I'm willing. I would agree with you if we're playing like Kai Havertz money. You know what I'm saying? Where like that didn't turn out well. You know, like as excited as I was for Kai Havertz to join the club, for the amount that we paid for him, which was around 70 mil, and he's been an absolute flop. I hate it. I hate it now. It's terrible. As much as I still love Havertz, it's really shitty. But these players for what, 20 mil, 15 mil, it's chump
20,
change for
20,
these big clubs.
20 plus mil is still a lot.
That accumulate though. That's accumulate.
It does
You pay,
accumulate.
like-
You're right. It does
Okay,
accumulate,
okay,
but
well,
you
we
sign
need-
them
we
these
need
big
to
start getting-
contracts.
I do agree. We need to get some experienced players in as well, like not just youngsters. Like that's
Not even that
experience.
experience. Just get 25, 26-year-olds who are like.
But
I think
20,
we will,
okay,
though. I
but
think
a
we
De
will.
Jong guy is an experienced midfielder. Like he's an
Bro,
he's
De
definitely
Jong, if De Jong
experienced.
comes, I would cream my pants. I love De Jong. I'm getting a shirt, bro.
Jesus
love that
Christ,
guy.
bro.
I
Oh my
I
days.
love De Jong, man. For me, my favorite position on the pitch is midfield, which
Yeah,
is why
yeah,
I
that's a
can't
good-
stand that dick nose mount, bro. Because I like midfielders who are good on the ball.
He's a attacker
they
guy.
can
Ruining the
pass
midfield
well.
He's not a
you.
midfielder.
Now he's an attacker now, and he sucks at the in the midfield. And all of a sudden he's an attacker. When he
He's
sucks
an
at the
attacker
attack
now.
as a midfielder.
But okay, but on
Well,
the same
anyway,
point,
yeah.
right? Which Kai, you said it does accumulate, but at the same time, like, you know, these players, they do well in their clubs. They have their highlight reels. They look impressive and
bro?
everything.
club?
Chelsea, Vasco da Gama for this kid, and who was the other
You
one?
just-
Molde for Fofana,
If
which you know,
Marshall,
we'll
I
talk about
swear
that.
on everything. If that tweet was in front of you, you wouldn't have known where he came from. And don't lie. Don't-
No, you're right. You're right. I don't know anything about this player. I already admit that. And the same thing goes for Fofana, right? But like,
Yeah.
let's say like we sign him, right? He doesn't even have to play for Chelsea. He doesn't have to play for the first team. Don't you think there are some clubs would be like, listen, there's a X clause that Chelsea put on his contract. If we pay, we can get this player, and he hasn't played for Chelsea yet. Like kind of how like
yeah, but if,
Havertz was for us for Leverkusen. He looked good at Leverkusen. And we're like,
But
all
if-
right, sign him. We could do the same
but
thing
if
for
you
these
pay-
guys.
if you're paying for an unproven player already 20 or 30 million, and he's unproven, if he still
There's-
doesn't prove it, that 20, 30 million is already an overpayment. So nobody's gonna pay that. He's just gonna be-
What I'm trying to say is that there's plenty of clubs that would pay for the idea
Marshall,
before he even
I'm gonna
touched the
ask you-
pitch.
I'm gonna ask a question. Why do people apply with resumes before they get hired? In order for them to get hired to jobs, if there was no resumes, do you think people would hire? No, because you don't
they
know
would
where the
want
fuck these
people
guys
with
are from.
experience or whatever,
You don't
yeah.
know how good they are. You don't know their experience. You don't know like their stats. So
Mhm.
for me, it doesn't make sense. Because even stats in football, like it's kind of, it doesn't paint the full picture. Because you can come from like fuck all league in Norwegian, and then
Yeah.
a guy could be playing the Premier League. It's not the same stats, not the same league. So it doesn't really mean anything, man. And it's like these guys have no proven record as owners to tell me, okay, let's get these guys. Like with the Vivell guy, okay, I like him, but at the same time, I'm like, does he even know like anything about like Chelsea? Because these guys signed before he came in. So
Yeah.
at this point, I'm asking myself, like, are we even gonna like be in a good enough position to sign those players who can elevate us, or are we just?
I get that.
settle for
I
these
understand
kinda,
that.
You know,
I think the
Tesco
thing is
value
though,
players.
like, the thing is though, like, and this is a prime example that I see it. Like, Chelsea still has pulling power in the name, right? Obviously, the big name players like Leao or João Felix or Mbappe, they're more aware of things like, hey, listen, like this team isn't even in top 4 anymore and all that. They wouldn't even come. They wouldn't even sniff at the idea. But I think these younger players, they know the history of Chelsea. They know they have maybe their favorite players that have played in the club there when they were younger or something. What I'm just trying to say earlier is that I think with all these players that we're buying that are very young, some of them won't even touch the pitch. Look at Levi Colwill. We saw and Mark Gahey. We sold these players that were bowling out at other clubs on loan or in the youth system for such a high amount of price. We could probably make triple our money on just this guy if he doesn't play for the team. If a club is willing to pay for the idea and the prospect, I think so. Yeah.
You never know. The market's getting crazy.
You never know. That's what I mean. The market is kind of crazy right now. You look at Gvardiol, he's going for over 100. Enzo Fernandez over 100.
Yeah, we saw some
Leao over
like
100. Joe Felix over 100. You know what I'm saying? Like we have Graham Potter. Yeah, we even sold Tammy for a decent amount of money.
No. Fuck Bambi on ice, bro. He was a horrible footballer. Even bad enough. Even for
but we sold him for a good amount of money.
Yeah, but that was Marino.
Or sold him, whatever. Yeah, you know. Let's go on to the next player too that we want to talk about, which is Fofana.
Oh,
yeah, Fofana. Fofana is a here we
go,
go, man.
This one, you know what? I'm all for this one.
David Datro Fofana has completed all. Wait, let me just read it and then let's talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Completed all medical tests on Thursday in London. Then Chelsea will unveil Ivorian striker as new signing. Deal in place with Molde for €12 million fee. It's all confirmed. Personal terms are all fully agreed. Long-term contract.
Now I know what Chelsea fans like him because he's from the Ivorian coast.
Yeah,
so
probably. Yep, pretty much. David Datro Fofana deal all sealed and completed. Documents also ready after medical tests successfully done in London. Official soon. Club convinced it's a smart signing for present, future for €12 million fees, as many clubs around Europe wanted Fofana. So, Chris,
12 million.
Why are you?
Well, no,
euros?
I haven't watched him, but I've heard good things about him. And 12 million for like I hear promise
in euros.
In euros, yeah. So like 11 million because our pound's gone to shit. So, yeah,
Sure.
yeah. What's it called? Yeah, I just hear a lot of good things. And 12 million is a good deal. It's less than 15. What is 12 million? We got Ross Barkley for 15. So, yeah, like I'm all for that one. And he could turn out well. And if he doesn't turn out well, we don't lose any money on him really. Like we're not gonna sell him any less than that if we do sell him. So, and his wages ain't gonna be exactly too high. So it's a win-win. This is a win-win.
No, we became an HR department instead of fucking football club, bro. The wages are not high. The wages are okay. He can just live here and like, hey, it's like a Make-A-Wish organization. Everybody.
No, but Kai, he could be a good player.
He could be. Oh, I could be a good player too, but I never tried.
Nah, you're close to retirement, man. You're like 30 something.
I mean, to be fair, our recruitment team is the Brighton team, so I mean. That is a Brighton level target, but listen, they got players like Cucurella, Bissouma,
and Brighton did finish 8th last season. I guess that's why they're 8th too, man.
Wait,
did they?
They did, man. Yeah.
Well, nah, I need to look. I reckon you pulled that out of your ass, Kai, and you're hoping to stick.
I swear they finished 8th last season, man.
They may have.
Wrong, but I think so.
No, but then they'd be in Europe, so no, I don't think they did. Oh, they finished 9th. Kai was really close though.
Yeah, I know you're
Leicester City.
And now they're above us. They're 7th now. We're 8th.
they was doing pretty well this season, actually. Though.
I mean, they lost their greatest asset, which was Graham Potter. So
I thought
now they're 7th. So, yeah.
No, they're in 7th. They're ahead of us.
Not Potter.
No, Potter was. Come on.
No.
Potter's the reason they got that high.
No, he was their player of the season.
Without Cucurella, they were in first place for a while. That was this season. It was Potter. You know what I'm saying now?
Technicalities,
sure. But listen, these players, they look promising. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know what the fuck I'm talking about with these players. I don't know shit about them. I only know that they were highly sought out youth like Cassidy and Hutchinson. So we'll see how it goes. Again, for this price, it doesn't bother me as long as we're not paying crazy amounts of money like we did for Kai Havertz. I think I'll be okay with these signings. I know they add up over time, but if we're signing them on long-term deals and other clubs want them because they decided to play really well when they were loaned out in Italy or loaned out in Bundesliga, then it works out for us. I think we can sell them for a much higher price, and that pays for the more expensive players, which hopefully if things go well, if Potter gets his team going, which, like I said, Kai, I think we have the talent in this team to actually compete for top 4. But it's
everything.
Like talented players.
Yeah, 5.
In our team.
Yeah, right now it was pretty talented.
Kovacic, Silva, Sterling, Cucurella, and Fofana.
Fofana. I don't know whether.
That's half them are
That's why
injured.
she didn't go to
Not
Reece
this
James,
one.
man. Reece James is a better
Well,
shout.
Reece James too. I'm sorry, I didn't go for the obvious one. I almost said Aubameyang too because I think.
Nah.
Listen, as much as look, I
One man
don't
doesn't
know.
play, Chris. Leave him alone.
I don't
bro.
know
He
if
doesn't
Kai
even
agrees
play.
with me on this. I'm gonna because I haven't talked to you about this, but I seriously think that people are hating on Aubameyang
I don't
way
hate on
too hard this season.
He doesn't even play
No,
him,
but
that
like
idiot, man. Yeah, I agree with you. He doesn't
I
even
just
he
play
think
doesn't
he's
play him that
old by the
often.
looks
I
of
still
it, man.
think. I still think he's a good player. I don't think because people want to say, "Oh, Aubameyang was a flop." Like, bro, there's still a whole half of the season to play, and Aubameyang looked really good in the beginning. There's no reason why he can't look good again. It's
Yeah, the
just
beginning,
figuring
yeah.
out the lineup, figuring out who to play him with. Like, I think Aubameyang can work out for this club, and it can end up being a decent signing that'll
I
get
think
us
if we
a good
feed him
amount
the
of goals.
chances, though, like the chances.
You have
then,
to feed him the chances,
yeah.
otherwise there's no point.
He's
It's the same thing as
definitely got a
Lukaku.
goal on him. Yeah, like he's definitely got a goal on him. He hasn't really got much press about him, but give him a good chance, he's definitely putting it in. So yeah,
I think his link-up play is really valuable too. We saw how it was in the
Yeah.
Champions League. He has really good link-up play with
I think he's just
Sterling
good.
and and the other attacking players. I think he's a good player. It's just people, the Chelsea fan base, are impatient.
He's probably
With good
he's
reason.
definitely our best striker. He's definitely our best
Yeah,
striker.
they don't. He has to wait. Like I like I
Exactly.
said it 1,000 times. Yeah, like a heart can't work without the vessels, right? Like without the veins. Same thing with us, man. Like when you have like clocked ass fucking veins, like Mount and Havertz, you're never gonna shine, man. It even shows in the when for England. This is why I use this example for England. When Mount was playing there, you see how the team was like the coherence was
Yeah.
shit. He was taking too long over the ball. The passes were like all over the place. And it's the same thing for Chelsea, man. It's the same thing
Yeah.
for Chelsea. So it's the same thing with Havertz. That's why they took him out of the Germany team. He only comes off the bench because he ruins the cohesion. It's the same thing with all our attackers. The only common denominators between these attackers is the fuckers behind them, because all of them been
Yes.
changed over and over again. So for me, that issue needs to be solved, and then everything else will be solved after that. And I hope you
Yeah,
guys know
yeah.
what the common denominator is, but yeah.
Yeah, no, of course I know, and I agree with you to a certain extent with that. Obviously, just because
Because we changed all the
I-
attackers, right? Like, and we still have the same problem with the goals.
I agree.
Mount benched Madison. No, he didn't. Foden came and benched him. Madison was the thing. He didn't even make it to the World Cup.
Madison was in the World Cup, but he didn't play.
Okay.
He was just benched the whole time. Same thing with other players that we saw.
Then Foden came
Um,
and just benched everybody.
yeah.
Foden had a good World Cup, to be honest. He has a Foden is having a very good season, but that's not Chelsea related.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I think everyone just needs to be patient. I don't think like I look. I still think
like,
that
we
this
have a choice.
season.
We don't have a choice, Marshall. We have to be patient.
We don't have a
because we're not
choice.
gonna stop
Yeah.
supporting
Patience is
Chelsea.
key.
Yeah, of course.
The only thing
We're
I'm
not
loyal
going to
in
stop
life is
supporting
Chelsea,
Chelsea.
bro. What can I do, man? Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
am.
Really do.
And listen, when we
You know what
win,
Plus
hopefully it's the beginning of something good. Because as much as I'm not looking forward to seeing Chelsea play this
Marshall
Tuesday,
seems like a loyal man. Marshall seems like a loyal man. I was having hope, man.
listen, man, I wear wearing my rings on my fingers for a reason. No, I'm just kidding. I think that as much as I'm not looking forward to seeing Chelsea play and possibly lose on Tuesday, who knows? I'm hoping that Graham Potter can surprise me and actually put on a decent lineup. Hopefully it's a lineup that he sticks with and we win and we continue this form and hopefully we can salvage the season, because right now 16 points behind Arsenal, it's not a good look.
I'm not even
even
looking
with
at Arsenal. I'm looking at United. That's how bad it's got.
yeah, we're let's see, Tottenham are
I'm looking.
fourth.
Oh, we can maybe get to United, man. Maybe.
We're 8 points behind Tottenham, who are in fourth, and Tottenham have been wishy-washy. United, the same thing. Liverpool, Brighton are also ahead of us. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Bro, if Tottenham had been wishy-washy, we've been crashy, bro. That's what we've been. we've been
real.
going down. We've been going down the road, bro.
Oh man, we'll see what happens, boys. I'm hoping for the best here.
And the quote we saw it. We commented on it.
Ladies and gents,
Boston code.
do me the biggest favor ever and go ahead and smash that like button. Help us get to 1,500 subscribers before the end of the year. It'd be amazing if you do. Hit that bell notification, subscribe as well. Check out the links in the description. I'm going to send you guys to watch Sarcasm City, who are also streaming right now. Go say what's up to them. Give them the proper casual Chelsea greeting, and I'll catch you guys an hour after the game on Tuesday so we can go over hopefully a W for Chelsea. But you guys have a Merry Christmas. If you celebrate, happy holidays to the rest of you. Thank you for being here tonight, and y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stay casual. Peace.